It's 14 minutes till the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase 2022, but we are already in. Yes, I have a very, very special shirt, which I will touch in a moment. What's up, Mortir? Great to have you with us. Vintage CPPR gear. Exactly, DopTF. That's exactly what it is. It's so fucking vintage, it's like older than me almost. Which, you know, is an achievement in itself at this point. Okay, guys, I think we are ready for the song that we really like to start the streams with. For some bangers. Time for some bangers. Because why not? Hello, Connor. Great to have you with us. Guys, so Connor, who is on the chat, that's Adam. Adam is our destruction artist. Did you guys remember I mentioned actually our destruction artists before, that it's such a rare occupation? Great to have you with us, Connor. Yeah, that's a fun sounding job, exactly. Lord Finnegan, great to have you with us, my friend. So, is everyone ready for some computer games today? How are you guys feeling? I've seen the leaks. Leaks are crazy. I'm so glad that you guys are here. Your road, your music team is hard. Yeah, I mean, Marcin Przybyłowicz, Piotrek Adamczyk, and Paul Leonard, they did a tremendous job. So, Grindera wrote Pavel announcing 1.6 on stream during the conference. I don't think, Grindera, that this is what's going to happen, but you know what? Let's see what happens. We still didn't experience the stream. Kazuliski, great to have you with us, my friend. Great that you're with us. So, my dears, who is hyped for the games that are today going to be shown? I know some things that are going to be shown. So, I know some things. Mortar Road, what's up, Pavel? I'm okay, I think. I hope so, at least. Good to have you, Viper, with us. Jesus, there's so many friends here. Pinky Julian, great to have you with us. Rivorvolo Serota mentioned, I hope the Kojima will show up. Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. We have heard some things. So we'll see what happens with their Mr. Kojima. More fun, holy hell. Thank you so much, my friend, for gifting the subs to the community. Man, or girl. More fun, thank you so much. It's really appreciated. Damn it. So many. Thank you so much. Isha wrote, I'm hyped when they reveal Cyberpunk 2 with Keanu Reeves, lol. Well, okay, I suspect that at a time when that happens, I am going to be hyped too. I am going to be hyped too. Dr. Shroud Respect wrote, can it be solved at any point of progress? Dr. Shroud, I don't know what you're actually referring to, my friend. So if you could please ask like a full question, I will respond. Scotty, great to have you with us. Machiavelli, nice that you're with us, my friend. Okay, my dears, so I wanted to show you something. So we were talking, you know, like when I was actually thinking about this conference, I thought, okay, I'm going to get like the most fucking vintage gear I have in my wardrobe. And in the same time, you can see here, it's really old. It's the Project logo, like a really old one, you know, before we introduced the red cardinal many years back. But it actually has a really cool element to it that I wanted to show you. Check this out. Do you guys recognize this logo? This is the first CD Projekt game I've been working on, The Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition. and it was coming on the Xbox at the time, so I thought, what a lovely coincidence and a time to actually get my 11-year-old shirt from the wardrobe and have it here today. Oh, Pavel looks smart in the shirt. Thank you, sir or girl. Thank you so much. So, my dears, we are at this point 9 minutes to Xbox Bethesda and Xbox Games Showcase. Jesus, I botched that name. So I am going to switch. I think I went with the YouTube, so we will be basically watching from YouTube. I already have it actually prepared. I will switch when it will be like a minute or two or so before the actual showcase, so that we can, you know, chat. And then after that, we are going to play some Cyberpunk as always. So because we have started hour earlier, we are going to finish hour earlier, so the stream will be 3.5 hours altogether, kind of the way we've been doing it so far. What a great game. That's what made me a fan of CD. Vodin wrote. Thank you. I suspect you're referring to Witcher 2 Enhanced Edition. I really love that game. I remember, like, I was playing and testing the combat with Draug. And can you guys imagine? I was in the crew of people who were actually playing on the hard difficulty, right? So it was like Draug was beating my ass so badly. Like, it was beating my ass so badly, honestly. Constantly. And the thing is, like, I remember I've beaten it after exactly 64 attempts. Yes. This is how much time it took me to beat Witcher 2 Draug on the hardest difficulty. But I beat the game multiple times on hard, actually, when we were playing inside the company before the before sending the game, of course, for certification and stuff. That's a normal thing that you do in a lot of gaming studios. Just basically lots of people just play and try to help out our dear QA to catch all of those issues. Joanna Swelkerud, Pavel has not got fat since. I mean, I think I got a bit fatter, though, to be honest. But I was trying to battle this, yeah. Okay, so now one of the favorite songs of our friend Kamil started, as you guys know. Well, probably not one of the most favorite. It's his favorite song. It's like Kamil, a personification of Kamil. Well, Kamil is a personification of the song. Here we go. Kamil, a outsider no more for you. Tesla Rotonics. Great to see you, my friend on the chat. Holy hell. Yes, my sounds like Dark Souls, Connor wrote. Yeah, I mean, Adam, like that shit was so difficult to beat. I mean, seriously. BHR Gavi T wrote, are monks related to FF06B5? I don't think I can share this information. And the reason is why I cannot share this information, because you chumps need to solve it first, and then we can talk about it, Until you solve it, well, I mean, I remember, like, when Xlatalis posted a video saying that most likely the last Witcher secret has been uncovered after 7 years. And then he posted like 2 or 3 or more videos with another secret. So, I think there's still time before you guys find everything in Cyberpunk. And I've seen actually, like, literally every week there are new posts on Reddit about like new stuff being found in the Cyberpunk. So if you guys are finding still stuff in The Witcher in Cyberpunk, it will take you twice longer. But we'll see. I am full of trust in you. D1 G1 Tagoe 0G wrote Sunday Sasko. Thank you, my friend, for being with us. Unity Fighter Vintage Gear Witcher 2 remake teaser. Not teasing anything, my friend. Not teasing anything, please. Connor wrote, I'm not Adam, he's my lead. Oh, of course. Lol. Lol. Connor, of course Adam is your lead. Of course he is your lead. Asher, Asher wrote in Chinese, good morning? Okay, good morning. Ni hao, Asher. Is it like, I'm trying to like dig some Chinese knowledge from my head. Hao zhe bu qie, Asher. Hao zhe bu qie. Onion time? Oh, onion. Okay, if you say so. Okay, my chums, we have 3 minutes to go. Will you be at PirCon? Cybervesna asked. Oof, I would love to, but I don't think so. Like, I need to really like limit some of my trips and stuff, because like there has been like so much of it that I was like literally exhausted. Like with Sapphire, we talked that we just need to chill out with the trips for some time, because like literally there was a trip every week or something. And at some point, I was like so done with it. Okay, my dears. So before we actually go into the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase, I wanted to greet my dear Reds with us who are on the chat right now, and our dear moderators. So first of all, I wanted to start with Connor, as I mentioned, our amazing destruction artist that is with us. Ayano, our amazing UI producer, as you know, who's also streaming Destiny and Horizon, and you can check this Ayano, my recommended streamers. Aside of that, we have obviously our awesome friend Chivok, customer support engineer, and we have also Sapphire, who I already mentioned, my dear girlfriend, with us. I think that everyone, at least at this point, that I wanted to mention from our dear team. Nice chain, Pavel, looks very cool. Oh, that is actually like a piece of silver that I got when I was like 7 years old, and it was actually so funny because like when we were with Sapphire in Africa, and we were like in one of the swimming pools or so, and I literally have been asked to like remove my chain first time in my life. So I literally took it first time in my life since I was 7 years old. And it was so weird because I couldn't remove it because we were just on the slides, you know, like children, because I love slides. Sapphire does love too. So we were seriously like, just, you know, I was asked to remove it. I was like, okay, you know. So, and I was like fighting, you know, to do that. Okay, official show. 60 seconds it shows, my dear chums. I think that we are going to switch to the YouTube soon. Okay, it says that it's soon. It says that it's soon. Look at this. Look at this. It says in Polish that it will be soon. We will go full screen in a moment. Weird why Pavel decided to stream Games Showcase. I mean, because we were talking about it actually in the past, that I am going to be doing that from time to time for you, my chums. So there's no reason why I'm actually doing this other than just wanting to spend time with you, my dears, and also like because it actually overlaps with our stream. And you know, I know that Sapphire really wanted to see it, so yeah, sure, exactly. Hey, I mean, I really want to. I wouldn't tell you. I would not tell you the truth, my dears. I would, you know, find a different way to express it. Sharing some fun with the community is reason enough. Exactly, Roma. By the way, great to have you, Roma, with us. I'm really glad. Okay. Conan Road, I have finally started. Yes! Look at this! I'll just make audio slightly less. Okay, my dears. Time to kick it off. It's loud. It's loud. Okay. Slightly less right now. My ears. Sorry, I made it like you can see. I can make it even less, but I can make it even less. But I thought that you guys need to hear what's happening. You know. IGN is 1 second faster. Oh fuck it. It's fine. It's fine. I think Benedict, we can survive 1 second. We can survive 1 second. Okay? But we need to hear that, Pavel. Of course you need to. You know? Like, we will make it loud, you know? Twitch is 2 minutes faster. What is happening? It's okay. I think I picked YouTube because I think it's going to be the most stable one, you know, because like we are streaming it live. So can you make a full screen? We are actually on the full screen right now, you know. I would have to put it under because I wanted to make sure that you guys can see the chat, you know, there, and if I go to the complete full screen, you won't be able to, you know. Your stream is faster than my YouTube, lol, Sapphire wrote. Yeah, I think it's gonna be okay, you know. Okay, chums, 10 seconds to go. I like it so much that maybe we can do it more often, you know, stuff like this. We'll see. Okay. There's a black screen. Oh, holy shit, mature game. Mature game, my chums. Console exclusive. And then it throws that. Bethesda Softworks. Arcane Austin. Oh, that's a surprise.
Rumor has it something's off at the church. There's blood in the baptismal font, and pastor's gone missing. And my genius plan was to investigate it. Alone.
Ooh.
Of course.
Okay, has a creepy horror vibe to it.
Oh, shit.
I hope your guys' churches look better, by the way. Damn. Looks kinda when you detonate the brick in Cyberpunk, you know? It's like covered with blood room. Jesus, what kind of church is that?
He is the truth in the darkness. He is the word in the shadow. I've seen the movement in the dark. I've seen the
Fucking
shadow.
Stranger Things
Oh, Lord!
vibe.
I'll bite out your heart.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
What the heck is this? Wow, okay.
Oh, shit, there's more!
Okay, so those are vampires, as I understand. Yo.
Kiss her ass goodbye.
Jacob! Oh, thank God.
Come on, let's find the others and beat feet.
You
Okay.
know, Redfall used to look like it was straight out of a postcard.
Oh.
Picturesque island off the coast of Massachusetts.
So that's Redfall.
Bustling historic downtown, the seafront district, and the old lighthouse.
Damn.
Then, something happened. People started vanishing, and those who didn't sold out, big time. Fast forward, basically everyone's either a vampire, a cultist trying to become a vampire, or dead.
Okay,
And
that's
these
a
aren't just trashy movie
interesting place.
vampires. These monsters blocked out the sun and pushed back all the water, totally cut us off from the outside world. Gotta admit though, if I have to be stuck on an island full of vampires, I'm glad it's with y'all.
Feelings mutual, I guess.
Aw,
The-
thanks, Jacob.
Vampires blocked out the
We've
sun?
also got
Okay.
Remy, our engineer genius, and her little robot buddy.
Who's a good robot? Who's the best robot?
And our resident expert on all things creepy.
I prefer the term cryptozoologist, but to each their own.
Last but not least, yours truly. I have these weird powers.
We've been
I mean,
digging
her
for answers,
umbrella
but
was the
haven't found
coolest,
much
to be
beyond
honest.
Blood and death. Luckily, the vampires and their sycophants aren't discreet about where they like to nest. I'd bet the answers we need are inside those tourist traps turned fortresses.
Arcane Austin.
Spotted some bloodsuckers in their fan club near the
Interesting.
festival grounds. Let's start there.
Machiavelli wrote dialogue cringe. I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it's maybe not like amazing, but it wasn't like this
Go
bad.
straight at him or just slip past.
Let's just get this done. On my mark.
Okay. So like Redfall is like 4 people co-op, basically. That's the idea.
They know we're here. Look alive.
This one is mine.
Going up.
I told you, like hair powers look like the coolest. I mean the you know, the girl that created the umbrella. I mean, the shooting itself looked pretty fun though.
Tells me there's a nest nearby.
You're what?
Duff, that's not a thing.
Found something.
Oh, now I simply must go in there.
What is that? Where does it go?
Some kind of collective consciousness.
That's impossible.
Ooh. Plot
There's the movie
thickens,
theater.
my troops.
I used to come here all the time.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead with
Why'd they have to
vampires and
mess this up for me?
cultists. Duvarn Road.
It'll collapse any second.
Run!
Ooh. Okay, well, I mean, I have to say that it's probably not like really something that I would play, but it looks fun. Like for the fans of like Left 4 Dead and stuff. Oh, and you have the skill tree and stuff for an actual development. That's cool. $2023. Okay, so that's like next year. Xbox, PC, and okay, yeah, because that was the they said that was the exclusive. Yeah, it was interesting. PlayStation left the chat. Nah. Oh, okay, guys, this is something that I'm sure you like. Fucking love the first game. Jesus, I spent so much time in it. I didn't beat it. It was too difficult for me. I didn't beat it, but damn, that's a Silksong, right? The second part of our side-scroller platformer from like few years back. It actually took them like good few years to make this game, but it looks really... Like, I really love the lore in this game. In the first one. Like, I really loved the lore in the first game. Vanquish. Jesus Christ. Okay. Wow, okay. Those bosses look even worse than in the previous one. Like, I honestly think this is going to be super good. Yeah, the Silksong is like, oof. Benedict asked, please, Microsoft, give us anything about Diablo 4. Oh, I'm not sure if we'll have anything about Diablo 4 here, to be honest. Cute game, yeah, it's like super. It's like, if you guys didn't play the Hollow Knight, really awesome.
Selling humans is
Squanch
drugs.
games.
You're the only one that can stop them. You realize we're gonna have to take out the entire alien drug cartel.
Alien Drug Cartel. From the creator of Rick and Morty.
You're just gonna leave me here in what, space?
Everybody lives in space, including you. All right, you're a bounty hunter now. You gotta help me rescue my
Skippy.
friends. They're Gatling, it's just like me.
Morty. This is okay. This is actually looking really fun.
So tight. How about a little dinner first and some bubble bath maybe first? Look at us.
I like the bubble on the gun. Like this is called second motion.
Oh yeah.
In game dev.
One of my children. They die fast. Don't worry. It's easy to make more.
It's interesting though that they decided to like play this game after Redfall.
Yes, more. I need more stabbing.
Wow. Okay. Poor hamster.
Everyone fight each other!
Everyone fight each other. Yeah. This actually looks really fun, and it's like, it's going to be like one of those comedic games. High on Life.
Well, okay. Well, now I can.
High on Life, October 2022. Wow, that's like literally now. Okay. This is far more fun, better than Redfall. Yeah, unfortunately, it kind of looked.
Welcome
that's
to
why
the
I said
Xbox
like.
and Bethesda Games Showcase. Today, we're doing something we've never done before. For the first time ever, our entire show is focused on games you can play over the next 12 months.
Oh,
You're
interesting.
You're going to see more gameplay than we've ever had in a show.
So they are taking the Nintendo approach. Interesting.
Gripping narratives, compelling strategy titles, and my favorite, the most anticipated open world RPG of the last 20 years. All playable in the year ahead.
In 20 years?
And
Most
the best
anticipated
part
in
is,
20
with
years?
Xbox, you'll be able to play those
Yeah,
games
is
in more ways than
Starfield
ever before.
for-
You can play on your
anticipated
console,
for 20
PC,
years?
or on the go with Xbox Cloud Gaming.
I mean, maybe.
You can play with who you want, where you want, and when you want. Today, we're going to show you more than 30 titles that are coming to Game Pass. And that is on top of the hundreds of titles coming to members over the next year.
Okay.
Our
That sounds
next
cool.
announcement shows that the benefits of Game
Fable?
Pass go well
I don't
beyond
think
the
it will be
console.
Fable.
We are thrilled to be working with an iconic team that has built some of the most played,
Interesting.
most watched franchises in the entire world. And now, all Game Pass members
Elder
will be able
Scrolls?
to unlock the benefits for these incredible
Yeah.
games on PC and mobile.
Yeah, the fabled cat wings. I
For
thought
over a decade,
same
players
actually.
have created a thriving culture
Mark
of
Merrill.
competition and creativity around our games. From clutch plays with friends to unforgettable moments in esports to amazing creations that have blown our minds.
Yeah, Riot
our
Games.
community has continually taken
This is
Riot
really
Games
interesting.
to new heights. Today, we're proud to invite the Xbox community into that world. We're bringing our biggest PC and mobile games to Game Pass. Subscribers will unlock every champion on League and Wild Rift, all Valorant agents, select cards in Legends of Runeterra, and little
Okay,
legends
so it's just
in
basically
teamfight
announcement of
tactics.
the cooperation.
And that's just
okay.
the start. Thank you for coming on this journey with us.
But this is-
and welcome to Riot Games.
This is really cool because like it opens up so many more like community for the Riot Games. And honestly, I love League, so a very interesting style. By the way, cinematics from Riot are just like successively getting like more and more. Yeah, that was like the old iconic announcement of Jinx when she joined the roster of League of Legends many years ago. Yeah. All champions unlocked. This is like such an awesome deal. Like if they would throw some skins in on top of that, I think people would love that stuff. Damn. Did you guys try the Wild Rift ever, actually? Sapphire wrote G2, yeah, exactly. We're like fans of G2 with Sapphire. Yeah, Legends of Runeterra. Did you guys play the Runeterra, maybe? Actually, I would love to try it, but I never had time really to just like delve more into it. Yeah, teamfight tactics. I tried it just when it came out, but it wasn't really my thing. Wow. Okay. Riot is just such a powerhouse nowadays, guys. Damn it. And like, you know, they're building this like MMO, right? That they announced like a few years back in their world. I'm really curious about it. Well, I know people who work on it, so... Yeah, this moment on Worlds, this moment when the dragon in AR was on the stage, fucking love that. That was like 2 years ago or so. Mind-blowing. I'm a Benedict fan of G2. When I meet you in person, I'll give Sapphire some jerseys. Oh, wow. Thanks, Benedict. Yes, we're fans of G2 and Fnatic, to be honest, but yeah.
I'm sorry, Amicia.
Okay, Focus and Asobo.
He's not dead yet.
I don't think I know what that is. How we'll know we have solved FF06B5? You won't have any doubts that you did.
The macula's
oh, Plaguetail!
It concerns everybody.
I see, that's the Plaguetail. Actually, like the first game was like so surprising. Like, I mean, the quality. Oh, the rats, the swarms are still in.
Killing soldiers. No more
so
killing
cool.
others.
Okay, you can lift torches now.
Look out.
You can lift
There's a
torches
killer
now.
around here.
Like
One
this.
of our men has been murdered.
I mean, this starts like, that's the thing, like first game was actually already surprising. The first game was like already surprising quality-wise.
Amicia, don't.
But this looks much better.
Afraid. I'll show them that it's over.
Finally.
See, they're nothing to be scared of.
You are not them.
What is wrong with me?
This is so cool, like they have improved it quite a bit, actually.
Do it. Quick.
I actually had an opportunity to get to know one of the writers on A Plague Tale Requiem. Yeah, we had a conversation at some point about games and stuff. So, actually really, the faces look better, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Xbox Game Pass, fucking insane. Like the value. Okay, that's the Forza, huh? Oof. Some engine porn for you guys. Punky Wizard, I just responded to you. I said that you will know when you have solved it. Like, by, you know... You will know. I cannot say more, because, like, I would just spoil it. But I think it will take some time. The REX and point, yeah, the cars, like... Okay, I mean, I have to admit, like, that's completely not my style of a game, but it looks really... But it looks fun. It looks fun. Damn. Was that the golf cart? Yeah, exactly, Strictly 9. It actually looked like a golf cart. God, this looks sexy, Pinky Road. Yeah, it looks actually pretty fucking
Forza
cool.
Motorsport is back.
Okay.
I'm Dan Greenwald, GM of Motorsport, and I'm joined by Chris Sasaki, creative director at Turn 10. Forza is known for its photoreal beauty
now the Turn
and
10
state-of-the-art immersion.
Turn 10 is actually
Built from the
took
ground
over
up to
the
showcase
Forza
the Xbox Series X
IP.
and S consoles, including techniques like real-time ray tracing on track. This is the most technically advanced racing
Hello,
game
Voitas, good to have you
ever
with
made.
us.
Today, we're excited
Turn
to
10
show
are
you
making
the
MotorStorm.
all-new
I see.
Forza Motorsport. Welcome to Maple Valley. This track has been a fan favorite since the original Motorsport launched back in 2005.
Looks very cool, I have to
For
say.
the first time in Forza Motorsport, fully dynamic time of day brings Maple Valley to life in stunning detail.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
What you are seeing is an in-engine gameplay demo presented using a single camera with no cuts. Let's jump in with the M8.
Single camera with no cuts. It's like God of War style, basically, which is like one camera with no cuts. I mean, it definitely has this like great feeling of speed, you know?
We've completely overhauled the
driving really important for a driving game.
This includes a 48 times improvement in the fidelity of our physics simulation.
48 times fidelity improvement on physics?
Let's advance time of day here and look at the world details. Everything you see is new and has been captured with photogrammetry and 3D material scans.
Oh.
Advanced rendering and procedural generation techniques bring a new level of realism to the track.
Yeah, photogrammetry is like is already used like a lot, but will be used even more, I think, moving forward, like in the future.
Here you can see the beautiful fall colors of Maple Valley.
Yeah.
The grass, rocks, 3D vegetation, skies and clouds, they all demonstrate a generational leap in beauty and detail.
I mean, you know, there still has to be like a person who like composed it and made it, but still like the assets and stuff that could have been scanned from like photogrammetry.
Dynamic time of day. This is a fundamental system to the new Forza Motorsport.
Car sounds meaty, yeah.
Is available on every track. These new simulation details add further depth, drama, and dynamics to the racing experience.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like in a racing game, there's not really.
In addition to our dynamic time of day,
ton of things that you can improve
and
moving forward from one to another
to deepen the realism and immersion.
I mean, like expanding the game. So
changes in the time of day. Also
I think the weather and stuff is
which affect track surface temps. Yeah. Grip is also affected by these track temp changes, rubbering in, and of course, weather.
Okay.
Let's head to the pits. We've added features that players have been asking for. Tire and fuel management, multiple tire compounds, and new depth in car building create the ultimate racing playset.
Okay. Like, I don't know if you guys are playing the games like this, but you can probably appreciate it.
In the gold heat wrap, anodized aluminum, and carbon fiber.
Definitely, I really definitely like the materials and shaders.
Self-reflection is a place where ray tracing really shines.
Yeah. We know it from the Night City, right? The ray tracing, like when you have
is a racing reality.
Wet roads and neons and stuff. That's like
in Forza Motorsport, car damage is reproduced down to the individual scratches on the bodywork. You can see here some of the new details in the directionality of damage, how the paint peels away at exposed and raised edges, in the wheel abrasions, and even in the dirt buildup.
That is very cool. That is very cool.
Using the power of the Xbox Series X and S consoles, ray tracing makes everything feel more connected.
Sapphire Road, where's my Ferrari though?
Cars reflect in their own mirrors, bodywork, brake rotors, and wings. Yeah. Things just feel more natural, more real.
Yeah, this looks very awesome. Like
that the accuracy of our overhauled physics, the beauty of our cars and tracks, our new dynamic time of day, advanced car damage, and real-time ray tracing on track lead to a generational leap in immersion.
I mean, I quite like it, to be honest. Like, I mean, I'm not really a fan of racing games, but Pavel, why there are no such races in Cyberpunk? Oh, Pablo, you troll. Maybe because Cyberpunk is not Forza, you know? So. Hello, Creepslasher. Good to have you with us, my friend. Microsoft's longest running franchise. 40th anniversary. What is the longest? Halo? Introducing helicopters, gliders? What is the longest running franchise of Microsoft? Oh, is that? Okay. That's the flight simulator? Yes, it is. It is actually flight simulator. Yeah, Google Maps DLC Excel. Yes. Octopus wrote Excel is the longest running franchise. Well, here you have the colors of Excel. Well, maybe not anymore, but just a moment ago. Evening, by the way. Ilindi wrote hello, hello. I traded to Windows 3.1. Yep. Oh man. I remember, like, since I only started playing games, there was always Flight Simulator. I was never really interested in it, but I totally understand, like, people that are fans of it, you know? Like, I remember, like, people saying that we are living in a golden era of gaming, and I really think so, like, seriously. Like, we are looking at one beautiful game after another. And, you know, I know that the looks is not everything, but, you know, like, the Forza looked fun. You know, how it was, this, you know, Rick and Morty game looked also really fun. You know, the flight simulator looks awesome, too. Very cool. Ooh. Coming to Microsoft Flight Simulator. It looks like a machine from Starfield or something like this. Oh, from Halo. Oh, you will be able to fly the Pelican? And it's coming to the, yeah, it's the Halo theme. For the add-on available today, yeah. So it is the Halo Infinite add-on to Flight Simulator. That's very cool, actually. That's a really cool cooperation, you know. And that is Blizzard, my dears.
Which one's your favorite?
Oh, I think we know what it is.
Mine's Tracer. She's
I
like,
think we
"She's
all
not the cat
Simulator.
You're one of those heroes, aren't you?
Before me, I see the future. Human.
I'm curious if it will be the same case as with Riot now.
Even the best journeys end. But a new one is right around the corner.
New era? What is the new era like?
I am your queen! Let's take him to the wasteland!
Oh wow, this looks really fun. Do you guys play Overwatch? Junker is the queen. Okay. Junk Queen, let's go, Poggers, a new hero. Free to play. Yeah.
Keep it moving.
Oh god. Oh hello. I think he's McCoy, that's the name. Almost 500 hours, ex-Evelyn. Jesus. That's a lot of time. Like, I just don't have time to play games like this anymore. I mean, I love League, but I don't have time to play it. I mean, this definitely looks very fucking good. Benedict played it when it comes out, still think it's a really good game, and sometimes I come back to it. Hanzo, my boy, Hanzo. Hanzo. Oh, that Hanzo. Oh, so it is a new hero reveal. Okay. Some kind of like a fucking junkyard weapons and shit. Okay, it's some kind of like a really ripped girl. Oh, okay. Ooh.
Here I am.
Oh, the cosplayers will go crazy.
Free for all, with zero rules.
Okay. And those two are who, actually?
Gets the throne.
It's Valkyrie from Thor? Another crazy female generic character. Well, I mean, we don't know yet, Machiavelli. We don't know yet.
Not in 13 years of rule.
On the battlefield.
Not until
today.
So she kind of looks like some. They kind of look like some kind of gladiators. Okay.
Did you really think this would be a fair fight?
Okay. Xbox consoles and PC. See you on October 4th, my dears. Interesting. She's Australian. Strictly 9 Road. Okay, you recognize from the accent. Oh, that's the junkyard map. Yeah, I actually realized. You know, that's why I commented like junkyard weapons, junkyard map. Turn-based strategy game?
Is filled with moments of greatness.
Oh, that's Avasarala from...
Well known, some lost to time.
That's Avasarala from The Expanse.
What about the history that could have been if you were its architect?
Recognize her? Yeah, of course.
How would you reshape the world? What
is that like... That's Age of Empires, right? I think it's Age of Empires, right? Isn't it?
Your people speak. Would you listen?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like Age of Empires. Oh, Civilization? Wait. Hello, Kogito. Good to see you, my friend, with us.
History is filled with moments of greatness.
Oh, she's an amazing voice actress, by the way, so...
Will be yours.
It's your world now. Okay, so it sounds like Civilization? Ira? History Untold? Ara? So it's like a new IP, basically. Ara.
It's good to be here, celebrating what's going to be our biggest year yet. That includes a few of the projects being developed across Bethesda's 8 studios, starting
Talk to us, Pete.
with Redfall, and the world's first look at gameplay earlier in the show. Redfall is from the studio that brought us Dishonored and Prey. It's got so much of Arcane's DNA coursing through its veins. Compelling heroes, open world campaign, deep customization. Solo or with friends, we can't wait for you to play Redfall when it releases early next year.
Well, I mean, I'm really willing to trust Arcane. These guys are really good.
Elder Scrolls Online, where you can adventure alongside one of the biggest and most welcoming communities in gaming. This year, ZeniMax Online Studios is taking you somewhere that has never been explored in any Elder Scrolls game. The Elder Scrolls Online High Isle comes to Xbox next week.
Machiavelli wrote Phil Spencer's going to be hacked on presentation.
For generations, the Breton elite have lived in safety and comfort.
Do you guys play the Elder Scrolls Online? I never tried it, to be honest. Where's Todd? I think Todd will come over. I suspect Todd will come over.
Of a sinister plot stoke the flames of war.
No, I never try it. Cybercaldus, no. Oh, Giapolo wrote yes. Okay, what do you think, Giapolo, about it?
Sits the Ascendant Lord.
Try it with the Morrowind DLC? Okay.
The legacy of the Bretons must be protected.
It's better played in groups, Sapphire wrote. Huh. High Isle. June 21st. My dears. That is like next week.
Turns 25 this year.
That is like next
week. As we celebrate the legacy of this storied franchise.
Oh, here we go.
Game Studios takes Fallout 76
Fallout 76 actually.
For the first time.
It's pretty fun to play.
And returns to a beloved location. Expeditions The Pit is coming this September.
I mean, I heard so that the Fallout 76, actually the add-ons were like pretty decent and turned the game into actually pretty fun experience. I was really not interested when it came out at first.
If you're receiving this and you're brave enough, come join us at the pit.
Your arrival's the first good news we've had in a while. It might not look like much. This place is our home, and together we can take it back. And from these rad worshipping fanatics.
When you're alone and life is making you
I uninstalled 76. Huh. The song in Fallout, the Fallout songs are always top notch. Yeah, that's true. They always peak like these classics. Interesting. So they went with this like horror vibe. Horror slash like, it has this like stalker vibe a bit. Right now. I'm not really sure, like that song doesn't really fit that well. That trailer, but maybe. Because they wanted to do it on the contrast, but I'm not crazy about it, to be honest. But, you know, I mean, I guess fans of the Fallout 76 will probably enjoy it. September 2022. Mighty Kondrai wrote, "Hi Pavel, big fan. Looking forward to the next Cyberpunk updates and DLC." Thank you, Mighty Kondrai, to be with us.
Bethesda Game Studios has been busy.
I think
and
the wait
not
is
just
going
with
to
Fallout
be worth
76. After defining the role-playing genre with hits like Morrowind, Oblivion, Skyrim, Fallout 3, and Fallout 4, they're going even bigger with Starfield.
Woo!
Later in the show, my good friend Todd Howard will be here to reveal more of their next epic RPG.
By the way, yeah, we met Todd 2 years ago on E3. Yes, Todd. He was actually on the Cyberpunk presentation, I remember. Okay, but that is Forza from the what it was saying it's from Playground. Playground is doing right now the Fable. So that's another Forza update. So envious me, D Todd. I mean, you know, it's not that we have like spent a lot of time chatting with Todd. He just came over to see the presentation of the game. Hot Wheels. Okay. I've really never thought that there's like this many fans of like those race games, to be honest. Huh. Okay. Love the tracks. Yeah, the tracks are really intriguing, I have to admit. Like, they really try to... Yeah, okay, the Hot Wheels is gets it. They really try to, like, just add a lot of flair to it. Console launch exclusive. Okay, so later it will be on
My dad tells stories
PlayStation, probably, and
war
PC.
that happened across the sky. Heroes fought and died.
Okay, this looks like Avo.
All that I know from their Earth are the creatures they sent along with us. And
That looks like shit ton of polygons.
fight to survive.
Yeah, it looks like Ark, exactly. It looks like Ark, Jurassic Park, something like that.
We can.
I realized a lot of developers switched to Unreal 5. Yeah, I guess. I mean, there are reasons, you know, so... Okay, this looks like Ark to me. What is it? Yeah, it is Ark. Okay, 2023. Okay, that's early, actually. But they really refreshed this game. Damn, like the previous one looked much more, like, dated when it came out. This looks great, to be honest. Yeah, it's Ark. And this is an Unreal 5? Oh, really? It is an Unreal 5? Console launch, okay, and this is an Unreal. Kepler. Oh, this looks like Alien. Fucking screams Alien. Right? I mean, it screams Alien. Yeah, exactly. H.R. Geiger. Like, this screams fucking Alien. What the heck is this game? Yeah, it has this, like, career Geiger, like, aesthetics, you know, to it. With a lot of, like, metal elements actually, like, formed to look like a bionic structures. Yeah, and a lot of fucking deformed shit. It definitely has this, like, very... Yeah, this is, like, fucking clear Geiger's, like, aesthetics. I'm curious, actually. What the heck? Scorn. 21st October. Okay, that's Scorn. So that is the console launch exclusive. Okay. VG Silverhand, great to have you with us, my friend. I mean, there was like few cool things shown. Oh, and that's Kepler again. A game by A44.
They unleashed a pestilence on our world. No one yet knows if you can kill a god. I, for one, intend to find out.
I actually have no idea what that is now. Okay, some third person melee. Huh. It has a bit of a Prince of Persia / Assassin's Creed Valhalla feel to it, like with the moveset, you know, spaces, decorations. What is this? Do you think some of these games will come to PlayStation? I mean, some of those games are the console launch exclusives, so that means that in some time they will be published on PlayStation as well. It just depends which one, right? Not all of them are Xbox and PC exclusives. Okay. I mean, interesting. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn. That is like very elaborate title. Flintlock, The Siege of Dawn, early 2023. So that's literally like very soon. Okay. The dog bat thing. Do you think Bethesda and Blizzard games will be on PlayStation? Berek asks. I have no idea, my friend. I have no information about this, unfortunately. Even PlayStation exclusives coming to PC? Machiavelli said, yeah, they are. It's just in most cases they're coming like much later, right? So it's a Mojang's new game. So Mojang is our chums from Minecraft, right? Exactly. Creators from Minecraft. Love the dog bat. Bad dog fox, yeah.
Great power.
Oh, okay. It looks like some story adventure from Minecraft world.
Into our shared story.
A very interesting nose, I have to say.
Some legends tell of peace and the beauty of simplicity.
That is actually pretty cool, I have to say. That looks really cool. Oh, the noses. The noses are interesting.
Tell of danger.
Oh, wow. The cube pork is coming.
And the end of all things.
Damn, cube pork infestation. No, the creepers.
But the legends we hold dearest are legends of hope.
Okay.
Of creativity.
Those looks like snitches from the Harry Potter. Okay, let's go.
Change the world forever.
Zombies in hats, my dears. Minecraft RDX, yeah, exactly. Saturation cranked to 11. Yeah, it's kinda true. Kinda true. What is happening? Okay.
United by you.
It says pre-release footage, my dears. Okay, so we can still build. That is actually looking really interesting, I have to say. Like, for the fans, Minecraft Legends. A new action strategy game coming 2023. I think for the fans of like Minecraft, I think this looks really interesting. I like the aesthetics and stuff. Makes complete sense actually to make like another game in this IP, you know. Super interesting. Okay, another console launch exclusive.
I remember when you first arrived. You made quite the entrance.
What is this? Okay.
You wanted to make a new life for yourself.
Yeah, it had this like No Man's Sky vibe to it. Exactly, like it has the elements that literally look like from No Man's Sky, but I don't think it has. And yeah, it even has the collecting and so on, but I don't think it's this. It's just looking better than the Starfield, to be honest. Ooh, shots fired, Benedict. It does have that vibe, yeah. It does have the vibe of No Man's Sky, especially when you're inside the robot and like taking the materials and stuff. Oh, and it can change into the
And while you explored,
like tank way of
you
moving.
uncovered a mystery.
Ooh, the mystery.
I'm sure we can
Outer
get to the
Worlds
bottom
2,
of
you guys say?
together.
Lightyear Frontier. Music in this trailer is enough to buy the game. Ooh. Yeah. So Lightyear Frontier. Never heard of that title before. Okay. Like literally Microsoft, Xbox and Bethesda are just rolling game after game. Okay, this looks really cool. 4-player co-op. Oh, that's another 4-player co-op that is in works. Roguelike action. Okay. The ninja. That looks cool. Huh. I mean, it looks fun. It looks fun. Some like cell shading as well. So again, like totally not my style of game. I probably won't play it, but I'm sure that there's like a market for it. It actually looks pretty fun, I have to say. GunFire Reborn, October 2022. Yeah, so as I said, like, no adult games, Machiavelli said. Well, I mean, maybe the Minecraft one is. I mean, the Redfall looked adult. It had like 18 plus all over it. It looks pretty fun, I have to say. Rogue, like, damn, like the Xbox is just rolling game after game. And you can see that they take the Nintendo approach, which is like, just show the games that are coming in like next quarter or next two quarters. As Sarah was like talking a bit at the beginning. Plot twist. Okay, so that's some kind of side scroller. The art style looks really interesting. I didn't hear about the plot twist before. I don't know what they do, actually.
My father. I can guide you through his memories.
Oh, little Star Wars reference there. Sapphire Road. Yeah. I mean, it looks interesting, I have to say. So many games has this, like, clear, like, horror vibe. Okay, our main character has like tentacles power, apparently. Okay, and there's more tentacles, even. This is the 2D last night game style. Yeah, exactly. Peter Chai 58. The Last Case of Benedict Fox. Okay. It looks interesting. Played day one with Game Pass.
Bonjour everyone. I am excited to be here today to tell you more about Interior Night's first original creation as Dusk Falls. It started with the desire to create a deep interactive experience
Falls.
all levels of
Okay.
players can enjoy together. Because stories are brilliant, universal tools that help us understand the heartbreaking beauty of life. This game is an uncompromising tale of
Bonjour.
family, resilience, and sacrifice, written like a prestige TV show with a unique motion graphic novel style that triggers the imagination This is an interactive story powered by video games that gives you agency over the lives
so it's
of
just
far
like a,
from perfect human
it's
beings.
just an interactive story, it seems.
This is a thought-provoking experience you can play with people you love, discover insights about each other, and create shared memories.
Yeah.
As Dusk Falls is an emotional experience that we hope will leave a mark with everyone who plays it.
Yeah, Sapphire wrote, like, this is something pretty different, not my thing, but I can appreciate it. Exactly. Like, I like the fact that it's like, they're going for something original and fresh and new. And this is cool. In-game capture, okay. Okay.
For most people, Turok is just a pit stop.
Okay.
Wasn't taking the scenic route your idea?
That iguana, yeah. Huh.
For us, it felt like a trap.
So they went with a decision that objects are animated, but people are not. That's so interesting. So like cars are moving, books are falling, but people are only on the motion.
Wrong time.
Drone motion graphics.
We've been in the wrong place forever.
Sometimes doing the right thing is doing the wrong thing.
Well,
none of us escaped that night.
I mean, props for the stylization. I like it.
Even those of us who
you know,
made it out alive.
It's also like very efficient budget-wise. You know, you just can cut so much costs on animation.
Taken very different paths in life, but they all lead back to Turok.
PowerPoint the game. Cruise throat. I mean, it has this feel to it. That's true, right?
Hey, Sam. Say, you haven't seen three fellas in a blue pickup, have you?
Nope. Been here all day.
That is so interesting.
Dream?
Oh, can't complain.
Can I ask what brings you to Turok?
Oh, so it's like a branching storyline that you as a player you can actually pick choices and stuff. Oh. I mean, it definitely has like the you know, the edge. You know, it knows what it is, what it's trying to do. Pretty cool. I have to say. Played day one with Game Pass. Yes, the Game Pass is getting so much value here. First for battle. Okay, that's... What is going on? Naraka coming to consoles. 60 players? Oh, so that's some battle royale game? A new one with just a completely different style and franchise? Huh. Hellfighter wrote, I still remember E3 2018 Cyberpunk hack at the end of Microsoft show. Yeah, I remember it too, my friend. It was so fucking cool. I loved that. I mean, this actually, I have to say, it looks really fun. It looks really fun. It has a great style, you know, to it. Like, I mean... this looks really cool. Like, yeah. Included with Game Pass at launch, and it's June 23rd. So it's like literally 2 weeks away, right? Because like today is what 12th? So it's like 11 days away, this game. That is so interesting. Huh. World premiere. Xbox Game Studios present. Interesting. I don't think that this is exactly what I was expecting, but hey, I love original shit. Okay. Wow, okay, I see, I see. So it's like a monk who's like writing it and drawing. Kingdom Combat 2D, Machiavelli Road. Yeah, actually Machiavelli has this feel to it, yeah. Next Witcher poggers. Right. I really like the fact that like there's so many like pretty unique and original games coming from Xbox Game Studios. Damn. Pentiment. Is the Pentiment the title? It is. Pentiment. Okay. And Obsidian made it interesting. Yeah, I've spotted that. I'm just like, okay. It's interesting that Obsidian's on it. Xbox Game Studios present, okay.
Kids, are you ready for a new wild and wacky fruit flavor? Introducing Apricot.
Pancho. It kind of has the Cyberpunk feel to it, like this commercial.
More local teenagers have gone missing. This could be linked to the disturbing trend of missing teenagers from our otherwise quiet town.
Oh, I think I know what it is.
Anyone has seen the teenagers
Yes,
or
that's
has
from our
any
friends
other
from Obsidian.
Please contact the police department.
So that's some kind of expansion, or? Yeah, that's grounded, exactly, Connor. Exactly.
But that can be repaired.
So that is new content for Grounded, huh?
First, you will need to survive the yard.
Wow, okay, full fucking weaponry.
Against terrifying insects.
Terrifying insects, okay.
Treacherous wastelands.
That's like... Is that Brian Deckert's voice again? I don't know, Xevelyn, maybe?
Unfortunately, my memory chip is a little rusty.
Sapphire Road, I played it on co-op, pretty fun. It looks looking forward. Oh, cool.
You are here.
It really sounds like Brendan to me. I mean, kinda.
Or someone, or something. Terminates your tiny existence. Good luck.
Game previews finally over. Play the full game. Oh. And now full story. Huh. Go big or never go home. Grounded. Join 10 million players. Full game available September 2022. I still remember this joke that Grounded did about Cyberpunk. Do you guys remember? I was so funny. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Console launch exclusive, another one. Damn. It's like they're just rolling game after game. I think it's much more than we expected.
They search for someone who does not exist.
Okay, this looks interesting.
The forgotten child of a scattered race. Lost until now. Now they have awakened the Ereban. Now they have awakened me.
You just go around murdering other robots or something like this?
But I am not their hope. I am their reckoning.
Damn. Yeah, the art style's dope. Yeah, it's actually interesting. Like, I'm curious, like... So this is a third-person, like, action... exploration game. Has this, like, clear, stealth vibe to it, and you have some mechanics to murdering them. Ereban.
Because their light
Ereban. Ereban Shadow Legacy 2023. Assassin's Creed 2027. Oh god. Okay, yet another one. Just more people, more dead people, clearly.
I speak now to those who heed a darker call.
Okay, is that the Necromancer from Diablo?
Cross the line of sin.
It is. Family friendly, yeah, Machiavelli, exactly.
Quenchable yearning.
This looks like a Necromancer from Diablo 2, isn't it?
Unlock the forbidden secrets and foulest black rituals.
It is Diablo 4? Do you think so?
Of life from death.
Okay. Cool. Made complete sense. You know, I guess he was making, or she was making, that person was making.
You must take it into the world.
This artifact.
And you will be shunned, scorned.
Super family friendly this game is. Yeah, you can see it's like dark as hell.
To this profane knowledge.
By the way, I really loved Diablo 2, and I had a lot of fun with Diablo 3. But like Diablo 2 is like probably my favorite. Sorceress and Necromancer, those were the ones that I spent the most time with.
And you will not confront the darkness alone. We are the speakers of the dead. And the dead have no mercy.
That is Diablo 4, my chums. That was I guess the Necromancer class. Oh, and those are others. Here you go. The Barbarian, Necromancer, Sorcerer, there's Assassin, and then Monk, I think. Yeah, so it is a new class announcement. Necromancer.
I'm very excited to announce our 5th and final class. The Necromancer.
And that's
a
Rot.
commander of the undead who joins the other iconic classes around the campfire in Diablo 4. These include the mighty Barbarian, the elemental Sorceress, the crafty Rogue, and the powerful Druid. And you'll want them because the demon Lilith, the daughter of hatred, has returned and spreading corruption and evil as she fights to reclaim our dark Gothic world as her own. And it's up to you to stop her.
Did you guys try the Diablo Immortal, by the way?
History of the franchise.
Apparently it's good.
On top of the best of what's come before with some, you know, unique twists.
Don't you guys have phones, Crucifix, right?
So let's dig a little deeper by watching, for the first time I might add, some Xbox Series X gameplay.
Hey, it's my ex.
Well, hearing from a few
of
the
you're
many
talking
people
about Lilith
behind the game.
Oh, I love this tune. I just love the music from
Diablo
the
4 is
original
the next
Diablo.
generation of action RPG, melding monster slaying and loot collecting with a fully realized open world.
Oh, so Diablo 4 is open world.
And unnerving. It's creepy.
Diablo 4 is all about player choice.
It takes all of the pillars of a Diablo game and just expands them with all of the new features that people really love and appreciate.
I actually know a bunch of people working on Diablo 4. I worked with them before, so...
being you can create in Diablo 4.
It's important to include...
Wow, you can customize the character in Diablo 4. Okay, I like that. That is cool. That is cool, my chums.
It allows you to switch around your playstyle as
Damn
well.
it. I mean, this looks super fucking nice, I have to say.
Everything
like the
feels very
VFX.
powerful and fun.
The VFX look fun, the environments look good, I have to say. Really brutal and dark.
Having an open world is your journey that you take throughout Diablo 4.
I like how desaturated it is, you know, like grimmer in comparison to Diablo 3.
150 dungeons in the game.
There's all kinds
Cyberpunk, I mean, if you never tried it, I think you would have fun with it. It's not an RPG though. It's a hack and slash game, right? I guess it's an open world hack and slash game.
Hostile area.
Now with customization and so on.
The evil in this place has been cleansed.
It now becomes a friendly town.
Sometimes it's a new town, sometimes it's a new dungeon. There's a whole bunch of rewards that you get. And you have a real impact on the world as a result.
You should check Diablo 4 quarterly updates. I've been seeing things here and there, you know?
Really cool little story segments that happen within the open world.
You'll just be running through the world, and then a local event will pop up, and you can choose to participate in it.
Oh yeah, the local events.
Just wail on these like giant world bosses.
Oh wow, this is awesome. This is actually very cool.
These are events that take a lot of people, and you really have to work together.
Oh, I see, I see. So this is how they did it, like open world, basically.
Screen, collaborating, trying to take this big monster down. It's epic.
This is fun, I have to say.
It's so easy to
And I want to
community.
play Path of
Makes Diablo
Exile.
more of a social experience.
We've got fully enabled crossplay.
If you have an Xbox and
Fully
your buddy has a
enabled
PC,
crossplay,
you're gonna
my
be able to
chums.
group up.
Or you could play couch co-op. Two people on a couch can sit there and have a great experience.
Ah, and couch co-op even, wow, okay.
We've created specific zones where players can engage in PvP.
I'm really
You go
curious
there,
about this
you can
game.
start swinging away at people. But you're also opening yourself up to being swung at.
Damn, there's like so many... There's like so many games I want to play.
The game actually marks you as like a champion on the map. You basically become a loot pinata, and everyone.
Yeah, Sapphire Road couch co-op, let's do it. Like, why not? Yeah, why not? Why not? It sounds great, actually. Like, I really love Diablo. To be honest.
Now you're set up for the end game, and that end game is rich with things to do that allow you to get more and more powerful.
Whether it's new items or new dungeons or new Paragon boards, every single time you come back to play Diablo
It looks
4,
like a
there's going
Path of
to be new
Exile,
stuff
like
for
the
you to
development tree.
experience.
I think they
something
clearly
we can
took the
support for
inspiration
years
from
to
there.
come.
I'm really excited for folks to get their hands on Diablo 4.
Just to see millions of people really enjoying the different options.
Through the campaign,
local events,
couch co-op,
endgame,
PvP. It almost doesn't end.
I mean,
we are so close.
This looks really cool. Now, they said that those are games that we'll be able to play in a year from now. So, like, this means that the release is soon or something? Okay, so it's 2023. But not more. Blake's Loose 2023. Huh. Interesting. I suspect it will be... Well, I mean, they said a year. So it's probably first quarter 2023. Maybe second quarter 2023.
That were free to those who sailed the sea, though there's always more potential.
Okay, kind of a change to Sea of Thieves
This song will spell out
from this Diablo. Anyway, Diablo looked very cool. Yeah, that's a official Diablo 4. Yeah, Diablo 4 exactly.
your own ship, decorated with what you acquire.
Okay. You can like customize your cabin.
There's no profanity. You can name it just how you desire.
You can name it the way you desire. Okay, I see definitely problems in there, but okay.
Or to set sail as a pirate captain. That's why we really think that you should play this game. And it's available with Xbox Game Pass, of course. Oh, to set sail as a pirate captain.
Breaking the fourth wall. Pepper Jam, totally.
Oh, to set sail as a pirate captain.
I mean, yeah. So again, like that's not really for me a game, but you know, I'm sure there's an audience for it. You know, I love this game, Pink Julian Road. Okay, over 30 million players. That's like a lot.
Our time is almost up, so as we leave, if you want to be a pirate captain, come do it in season 7 to Sea of Thieves.
Okay, Sea of Thieves. July 21st, so also like not that far. It's a month. Yeah. Amelia's excited for Diablo 4. I see her on Twitter. Yeah. World premiere, my chums. Let's see it. What is it? Okay. A barn with a mysterious-looking mirror. Echo generation? Wagonwares? I mean, you know, this has this vibe of Alice in the Wonderland games. I don't know if you have played it. Or Alice on the second side of the mirror, was it? I don't know if you played the Alice games. But it really has this feel to it, you know? The way how the game looks and how you move and those weird enemies. Oh wow, okay. Ravenlok. Okay, Ravenlok, that's the name of the game. Okay, 2023 as well. Damn, 2023 chums is gonna be packed. Played the day one with Game Pass. American McGee, yes, exactly. American McGee's Alice. World premiere, another one. And console launch exclusive. Oh, that's Annapurna Interactive. Interesting that they said it's from a lead designer of Limbo and Inside. Oh, isn't that Tunic? Or am I wrong? No, I don't think it's Stray. But I'm like... Okay, it looked really like Tunic, but it's not the Tunic. It's like something new. Yeah, because it's a world premiere. Yeah, exactly. Huh. Wow, okay. That's some wild shit. A bit of a original mechanics. I really love when games try it. That's so cool. Okay, so this is basically like a platformer with puzzles. So kind of like a 2D, like a flat version of Portal. Cocoon. Yeah, this looks amazing. It looks really interesting. Yeah, it's Cocoon. That's the game. That's how the game is called. The Cocoon. Oh, the music. Yeah, exactly. Okay. There's like so many corpses in these games. Constantly. What is it? Team Ninja! Oh, wow! I didn't see a game from them for some time. Yeah, I think it's a Ninja Gaiden, actually. It is a new Ninja Gaiden game. Oh, but it has some story to it, I think? So it's kind of like last Mortal Kombat 11, when it had like the whole campaign or something. Wolong, Fallen Dynasty. Hola, amigo, Roman Tratva. Hola, my friend. Early 2023. So the Wolong is a completely new IP, as it seems, even though it looks like Ninja Gaiden. Will you be playing a CP today? Yes, of course. I will be playing Cyberpunk just after.
Japan is the home to some of the most talented and well-known game creators anywhere in the world.
Okay.
We're thrilled to be working with Koei Tecmo to bring Wolong Fallen Dynasty to Game Pass day one.
Oh!
I'm also excited to be working with Team Ninja. It was a long history of building incredible action games for Xbox.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's great to be working with them once again.
By the way, Phil is an amazing
We know how
guy.
important it is to our
guys.
fans to continue to bring more Japanese franchises to
I had
Xbox.
a chance to meet Phil in
I'm excited to
2017.
announce the return of one of the most highly requested and beloved franchises to Xbox from our partners
Phil and his
at
crew.
Atlas.
Damn. Okay, and this is Atlas. So, my dears, like I absolutely love the Persona games. Okay, that's Persona. Those are characters from Persona 5. Persona Portable. Oh, so those are new ports from Atlas. Yeah, it looks like exactly Persona 3, 4, and 5 on PC. Cute anime games, Machiavelli wrote. I mean, Machiavelli actually, like Persona is kind of looking cute, but there's like so much cool shit there. And the stories are interesting, really. And the quests are fun, you know? Like, I love the Persona 5. I put like over 100 hours into that game. I didn't finish it because it was so long and I just didn't have enough time to finish it. But I really liked it. Wow, fucking coming to consoles, Windows, Game Pass. Damn. And first comes the Persona 5 Royal Edition, 21st of September, was it? Damn. Damn.
Now, I'm excited to announce a special partnership between Xbox Game Studios and one of the greatest creative minds and innovators in our industry. Someone that I have admired for many years.
Oh.
Today, I'm pleased to share.
I think we know.
will be working together to create a brand new experience like we've never seen before.
I think we know what's coming.
Thank you, Phil.
Yep.
こんにちは。小島秀夫です。ずっと作りたかったゲームがあります。それは誰も体験したことも見たこともない全く新しいものです。それが作れる日が来るのをずっと待っておりました。マイクロソフトの最先端クラウドテクノロジーと、市場の変化によってその未知なる構想への挑戦がようやく可能となりました。
I think we've been expecting it in a way, right?
これから、Xbox ゲームスタジオと提携し、皆さんに喜んでいただけるニュースをお届けしていきたいと思います。ご期待ください。
Thank you,
Kojima-san. We're thrilled to have Kojima Productions working with our teams at Xbox Games.
I think it's so cool
Today,
that they got Kojima
for the
actually
first
to
time
work on the
ever,
game for
we have focused on
Xbox.
showing you games that you can play over the next 12 months. Today's show celebrates a diverse lineup of
This
global
is
game
such a
creators
fucking
of all
badass
sizes
lineup. Holy
who
shit.
bring with them unlimited potential. Games from these creators will be coming to Game Pass every single month, including Naraka Bladepoint, As Dusk Falls, A Plague Tale Requiem, Pentiment, Persona 5 Royale, Somerville, and Scorn, just to name a few. And we start 2023 with the launches of some of the most
I think Todd's coming. I think Todd's
from
coming,
the teams
but
at
I'm
Xbox
not sure.
and Bethesda.
Not sure.
Redfall, Minecraft Legends,
Because I think we still have 15
Starfield,
minutes of the
Forza
conference.
Motorsport, and more.
I think this is a
This has
traditional
been an
speech
incredible
from
year
Phil
as we
that
achieved
normally
record
happens around
growth across
80%,
console and Game
90%
Pass,
of the conference.
with millions of people playing our games every single day.
Hello
And we
there,
have
Roy.
you to thank
Good to
for
see
that.
you.
Whether that's new players joining us through Xbox Cloud Gaming or our longest fans playing on Xbox and PC, we could not have done this without you.
Thanks, Phil. Thanks, Phil,
A year
for
ago,
appreciation.
we welcomed the talented studios at Bethesda Softworks to Xbox.
Siri
Their
Vibes
teams
wrote,
have been hard at
MS
work,
about to pull
bringing
out
their
the big guns
franchises
now.
to
I
Game
mean, I hope
Pass,
so. We'll see.
shipping updates to their games, and building new experiences for you to enjoy.
CTSG wrote, as a
We know
PlayStation
that
fanboy, I
everyone
feel
has
dirty
been
for
eager
even
to
thinking
see
about buying
Starfield.
Xbox for
Our
Kojima's
show
next
today
game if
has
it's
highlighted
exclusive.
gameplay. So
I'm
it's
pretty
only
sure. I mean, there is a
fitting that we
huge
end
chance it will be
with an
exclusive, right?
extended
Because
first
he's
look
building
at
it for
one of
them.
the most anticipated games in Xbox history. This is Starfield.
But who knows? This is Starfield. So it's not Todd, it's actually Phil who introduced the game. Maybe Todd will be later, we'll see. But this is Starfield. Okay. Hello, are we witnessing announcements? Yes. Okay, the cog. I think we know the cog.
Maintaining exit vector course. Steady till ready. Coordinates input. Plotting jump course. Guidance has converged. We're looking good. Allocating auxiliary reactor power. System checks are green across the board. Grav jump commencing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
A little montage for people who wants to stop every frame to check what it was there.
It's hard to express how excited all of us at Bethesda are to be here with you today. We're so grateful you're spending the time, and we know you've waited a long
Todd
time
looking sharp.
to finally see Starfield. It's easily our most ambitious game ever. Like our previous games, it's an epic role-playing game where you get to be who you want and go where you want. But
Sounds
this
good.
time, you'll be exploring space. So let's jump right in. This is early in the game as you arrive on the mysterious moon of Crete.
Okay. Hasselhoff Pog. That's not Hasselhoff, that's Ted. Okay. Solar date May 7th, 2330. Crete. Moon of Ancelon. It sounds like some... when I hear Creed, I instantly think about Marvel. But they probably thought about it. Okay. I mean, that ship is looking pretty epic, I have to say. Okay, this looks like gameplay, right? Like, it looks kind of like gameplay, because we have some UI here. Okay.
According to the scanners, the abandoned research facility is in this direction.
Okay, and we have some kind of scanner. Oh, that's kind of what I was expecting, to be honest. Okay, those little I think I forgot the English name of them, sorry. Oh, okay. Crete Soldier? That's a pretty interesting name. Okay, decided not to fight him. Huh. Oh, so they act like ants and stuff? Like follow each other in a trail? Huh. Followed in space? Kind of feels like Followed in Space, yeah. It has this like... Pinky Julian, I fucking love this, yeah. Yeah, this feels a bit like No Man's Sky, right? Getting the product. Stop right there, you criminal scum, Michael wrote. Yeah. We'll probably be hearing that. Or a new version of I took the arrow to the knee.
It would appear that pirates of the Crimson Fleet are using the facility.
Okay, it really feels like Fallout. It really feels like Fallout. Like from the gameplay, a bit from the UI. Okay, now it feels even more like Fallout. Just abandoned base. Pirate. Okay. 5 XP for 1 pirate. Chums. Okay. Some pretty simple, I would say, shooting. Not yeah. But you know, I mean, it looks interesting. I think they went for more like a realistic take on everything rather than like crazy over the top thing. Okay. So that's a new Skyrim, you know, putting the blades together or rolling them minigame. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's slightly underwhelming. I would say. You know, it looks intriguing.
You're invited to join Constellation, who, in the future the game is set in, are the last group of space explorers. To meet them, you'll head to the capital city of New Atlantis.
Okay, so some new location, I guess, right now. Capital city of New Atlantis. Okay, let's see it. So we've seen a bit of a shooting mechanics and a bit of gameplay there, and I guess now it's gonna be more like of how the feel is experiences when you're an actual like city with NPCs and probably some quests available there. Okay.
Welcome to Constellation. We have a lot to talk about.
Okay, so dialogues still full close up to the character, but the mimics and the tech for the face looks improved, and the rig looks much improved.
These artifacts could be everything we've been looking for. As to what they are, what they're building. You'll be part of solving that puzzle now.
So, you found something?
Yeah, the Citadel exactly kind of looks like this.
That means you saw it. The visions?
The
Yeah.
artifact you found appears to be one of many.
Faces are quite improved to what it was before in the Bethesda games.
Beautiful, isn't it? The man who sold me this told me that it spoke to him.
Of course, the settled system.
That looked fine, you know, like that looked fine. The mimic was convincing. The slightly like the problem was with the eyes a bit, but hopefully it will be a bit. And I'm talking about the eyes twitching and moving. The eyes are just static, but that's a small, I would say, a small thing, you know.
We're peacekeepers. We protect the people of the Free Star Collective.
Yeah.
When you sign up with the Crimson Fleet, no one quits.
I mean, it, like, honestly, for like I think for the story game and so on, like, I think it's going to be very exciting, you know. Oh, and some bigger enemies as well.
Stopping. Most Dusties don't even make it this far.
Because whatever lies at the end of this road.
Wow, this is cool. This for a moment looked like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Forever.
With that big, you know.
That gives you a look at the stories in Starfield. But ultimately, it's not our story. It's the story you create by who you are and the choices you make. And that starts with character creation.
Yes, Cyberpunk spoiled me when it comes to faces expression quality.
It's our most
well, I mean, there will be, I told you guys 2 years ago, it will take long before there will be many games that reach what Cyberpunk does. Because we did technology that doesn't exist
gives you 3 starting skills.
in any other engine. I'm talking about Jolly right now.
It says here you spent some time as a diplomat. Having a way with words might prove useful.
Okay, so they're showing Starfield purely in first person right now.
But it's not just in how you can look, but in how your character plays.
But I guess you can switch to, yeah, you can switch basically as another
The skill
games
system
from
combines the best from our previous games.
Bethesda and Seed and a
and
Third.
You can unlock new skills as you level up, and then you rank those skills up by using them and completing challenges.
Okay, this has like
And
this
there's
very
deep
clear
crafting
Fallout
systems,
vibe to it,
from
so
running
like
research projects
I think
with
if you guys are fans of that.
to crafting weapon mods needed to survive.
Okay, so we have some crafting as well.
And you can build your own outposts. These act as a home away from home for survival and resource generation. You can choose where and how to build each one, and you can hire characters you meet to keep it up and running.
Yeah, I see you guys mentioning that it gives you the Andromeda vibes. I mean, in a way it does, but I hope, you know, I think like what we are watching right now, considering probably the release is not that far away, it's probably very close to how it's going to be looking and playing, you know?
You can choose crew members.
Okay, that's the
And yes, you can
Mass Effect 2.
customize the look and layout.
Oh, that is very cool.
There's
That
loads
is
of different
very
modules,
cool.
ship manufacturers, and more.
That is awesome. I love
have to
that.
say, it's so cool. We just absolutely love this.
That is fucking cool. So you can see this is a building. This is a building feature from Fallout 4, just a different iteration of it, but definitely looks interesting.
Because yes, you can fly it.
Oh, and you as a player, you can fly it. This is very awesome. Like if you can actually really on gameplay, like oh, okay. So you're actually not flying it on the planet. You're moved away from the planet and then you fly. So you don't have the you know, the No Man's Sky moment when you actually really get from the ground to really to the space. You have a scene that gets you to the space and then you fly it. But that is still pretty awesome. That is still pretty awesome. That looks nice. That looks nice, you know. I'm not maybe like a huge fan of like starship shooters myself, but I mean I can totally see, you know, it being like very captivating for the players. I'm curious if the you know, ship customization is only like cosmetic, or if it's actually if it does actually anything. Huh. This is really fun. I wasn't expecting an option to actually like fly the ships and stuff
We can't
in
wait
Starfield.
for all of you to experience the game. Thanks again for being with us today, and thanks for all the support you've given us over the decades, especially on this game. It's been an incredible journey for us making it, but we know
Star Wars
that's really
Squadrons.
only the beginning, for it's when all of you play it that
Those
the real
sights
journey
feels like mouse and rails shooting.
And
I mean,
you may
I
be
don't know.
wondering
We didn't play it,
just how
right?
big
Like
is
who
this
knows
game?
how it is.
So we thought we'd take one last moment and show you.
Okay, what they're showing?
Let's take a look at one of our planets, Jemison. You can land in New Atlantis.
Okay.
You can also land and explore
We've seen it.
anywhere on the planet. And it's not just this planet. It's all the planets in the system. From
Okay.
barren but resource-heavy ice balls to Goldilocks planets with life.
So you can like explore those
And not
planets.
just this system, but over 100 systems.
100 systems.
1,000
Okay,
planets,
this sounds quite
all
crazy.
open for you to explore.
I just hope that there will be
can't
meaningful content there,
To see what you find.
not just like completely empty planets, but that's like, you know, like he said 100 systems, right? Over 100 systems. So over 100 is like at least 101. That's like I assume that in some systems you'll probably have just one planet or two, maybe, you know, but they have shown us like one system that was like pretty big. So this looks quite massive. I'm just really hoping it won't be like completely empty. Because it's just a huge endeavor on a dev side to really make it, you know, and make it meaningful and fun. But that is like for the fans of exploration. Like I think this is great. Like when it comes to that aspect, I think we're going to be satisfied with what they did. Kind of like the logo too. Pretty clever. Okay, coming 2023. So still don't have the date. Still don't have a date yet. But I guess we will probably find out this year when is the release. I suspect so. Coming when it's ready, Machiavelli. Yeah, I mean probably. Todd was overselling as always. I mean, I'm not sure, right? I'm just quoting what he said, right? He said over 100 systems, and like if a system has even one planet, that's over 100 planets. So. Mighty Kodrai asked, no way, 1,000 planets. I have no idea, right? Like maybe some of them were partially generated, you know, so what No Man's Sky did. But again, have little knowledge about how it's built. It is a pretty huge endeavor, you know. Yeah, exactly. As Sapphire said, let's see, shall we? Exactly. Like, I think it might be really, really interesting, you know. Like, it looked promising. Like, the only thing that, like, didn't maybe totally like captured me was combat itself, and then the advancement that has been made on the dialogue system and everything related to that. It looks like they moved quite a bit forward, but not this much, I would say. Still probably enough to really tell a cool story, so it might be still a very awesome game, Starfield. So I'm actually really curious. I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up on release. Probably not, just because how behind I am with all the games, you know, to play. But I'm curious. I'm curious, really. And Diablo 4, guys. Diablo 4 for me looked so fucking good. Like, whew, what they shown. Like the gameplay and you know, all the visuals, the atmosphere was so good. You know, that was cool. That was cool. So guys, what were the games that actually stick with you? Ashley asks, "Where's DLC?" Well, I mean, the DLC is will be when we will announce it, when we will mention it. My friend Ashley, good to have you with us. As I said, like, we won't be here officially talking about the next things for the game, but you know, when the time comes, when we will announce it. Pavel Sasko, one of the Smurfs, asks, well, I mean, I am not going to announce it, at least soon, you know, my friend, because this is going to be announced by official channels, not me. So, you know, that's probably will be some time before I announce anything on my own. Anyway, my dears, no Wolfenstein, Cybervesna asked. Yeah. I mean, I didn't hear anything actually from the teams working on the Wolfenstein. I don't know anything really, to be completely honest with you. So I don't know. Diablo definitely has a better atmosphere than the workers. I mean, so that's the thing. I do have few friends in Blizzard, and you know, like, I didn't hear any horror stories or anything. So I think like the topics about the work conditions and so on, probably excluding some specific cases, are a bit exaggerated. I think so, you know. Yeah, Diablo and Starfield looking good for you guys. Okay, I see. Yeah, Nexa Road Combat looks super basic for 2023 game. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, I don't want to like criticize other, you know, games of other devs, but I have to say it kind of looked slightly weak. I would say, but again, we have seen a clip for, you know, guys, for 10 seconds, maybe 15 seconds. So, you know, it's way too little to say, you know. Connor Road probably coming spring 2023. Okay. I mean, it's a fair assessment, right? If they say it's a year from now, the games that they are showing will be games that we are going to experience in a year from now, then, well, you know, a year from now, and they said it's 2023, like, kind of narrows it down to, like, first and second quarter of 2023, right? It has to. Like, you know, looking at it like this. Okay then, my dears, I think like we will be moving on slowly to our Cyberpunk this time. So let me actually run the game while I am looking at your questions. Pavel, main story today? No, I don't think so. I think that we'll still continue doing the side content. We have so many of the gigs to play, you know, to finish, but we'll see, you know, because there was also like Judy also called us, you know, to continue story with Hare. So I would love to actually see where that takes us. Controller Life said Starfield looks great. I'm glad you liked it. You know, like I think the game is going to be interesting. You know, Juby is growing impatient. Okay, if you say so. If you say so, my chums. You know, if you say so. There's a question, is it possible to integrate Jolly into Unreal 5? I guess the answer is under NDA. Oh, Voitas, as you can imagine, I cannot speak about the topics like this, my friend. So, Pablo Saska, maybe Witcher 2? What Witcher 2? To play Witcher 2? No, not this time. We have still Witcher, we have still Cyberpunk to play, not Witcher to play.
Thanks to unabated gang wars. One officer down, so I guess you're all screwed, cause the NCPD will not let that
Zuri Vibe says it looks okay. I don't think they're doing anything to push the visual or RPG genre forward like Cyberpunk did with an immersive city, though Night City lacks interactivity. It is the best world ever made. Yeah, it's Zuri Vibes. That's the thing, you know, like the games that Bethesda has been doing, and I'm here referring, like, I would say to the most iconic one, which is Skyrim. Like, that's always something that my dear Sapphire mentions, which is that like the world is really interactive and kind of live, and you can do so many different things in Skyrim, and in a way, you know, I assume that Bethesda is going to be to do a pretty good job on that front, you know. But again, like, I didn't play the game, I don't know more than you guys do. Those are just my thoughts, you know. Okay, I already have the game running, but because I have like a bunch of illegal stuff here, I need to set everything up. So just give me a second, because it's also like the settings, the graphic settings also switched. So I need to make sure that I have everything dandy and beautiful for you, my dears. Pablo, I recently watched your interviews before the premiere of Cyberpunk. Where are the unique pizza boxes with the temperature meter? I don't know. Cyberpunk ketchups and hand placed garbage that differ from location to location. I mean, Pablo, if you go around... Oh, sorry, I'll just put the music a bit more quiet. If you will go and check any location, you will see that everything, when it comes to the location, has been placed manually, you know? So like all the garbage, everything, like all the locations in Cyberpunk are actually not taken from any generator or are not a copy of itself, you know? So even the garbage is placed locally. When it comes to the pizza boxes and ketchup, I think the ketchup is still there. I'm not sure about the pizza. Definitely like the pies has the... definitely the pies has its own unique textures and stuff. Let me actually go to the game. Okay, I have a bunch of things that I need to clean up, my dears. No loud enough, not loud enough. Okay, if you say so. If you say so, my chums. If you say so, my chums. Pavel, let's talk Edgerunners. It hypes as big deal. Oh, really? I mean, I'm glad you guys are. I'm glad you guys are hyped by the Edgerunners. What I can say about it, I probably shouldn't say much, you know, to be completely honest with you, as you can imagine. When, you know, when it's out, we can talk about it then. I don't want to, you know, break any surprises for you, you know? We all know that, you know, the surprises are best when you can, you know, experience them yourself. Like when it's actually spoiled by someone, it is not that fun anymore, you know? Okay, loading the game. Damn, Pavel, you're disabling lots of stuff. I don't know. I was disabling here and there things, you know? Okay, Dr. Paradox is with us. Perfect. Okay. Oh yes, we are on that motorboat, my dears. We are on that motorboat. Okay. Now let me really quickly check if is everything all right. It looks like it. Pavel Vakarian up there. Oh, okay. Let me switch. Any of you guys see the game? Can you hear the game? I think you can, right? We fucking carry. Oh god. We are getting there. We are getting there. Besides, like, I'm playing female, my friend, you know? Where I'm playing female characters, so I'm not really sure how interested Carrie would be. Surprises are good, but I hope people won't lose interest. I don't think they will, Machiavelli. I don't think they will. Dree Martz asks, when you create quests, do you communicate what sort of emotion should be in the soundtrack or how it works, especially in main story moments? A really interesting question, my friend. So the way it works, actually, is that we are working together with our composers on something that we call spotting, and we basically agree on what kind of emotional vibe certain moments in the quests will have, and then from there we actually continue discussing, you know, how actually things are really you know, unveiling. That's the word that I wanted to use. So, you know, like how actually things are presented, you know, what is the emotional tone and so on. But it's our audio team, it's our amazing composers who are actually, like, you know, calling all the shots and stuff regarding this. Let me actually edit the description of our stream right now, and we will continue playing. Okay, now updated the description and the category. Perfect. The question is, are there any plans for FSR 2.0? My friend, as we talked about many times already, I cannot be talking about future content, but we definitely know about the topic, okay? Pavel, just wondering whether you can randomize loading screen and expansion, because whether you finish the game, you get the same screen all over again. Interesting question, Kushix. As you can imagine, I cannot talk about the future content, but I appreciate your the point that you have made. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. So sneaky. So sneaky. There's a truck in the water by the parking lot where Wild Caliburn is available to be bought. Visit the hidden place. Okay, Camille, thank you for the directions. Hey you, I'm talking to you every time. I'm not really sure what you mean, Machiavelli, but oh, same loading screen. Oh, yeah. I know what you mean. I know what you mean, my friend. Well, you know, that actually makes complete sense, what you have said. Let me actually check, because I'm not really sure if we are by the Caliburn. that can be bought, because the Caliburn is... Oh, it's actually there. What the heck? I need to... I think it was on the pier here on the side, wasn't it? Yeah, exactly. It was here. Okay. Let us check where is the truck that Camille was talking about. Dr. Paradox is the best. Same voice. Oh yeah, I'm glad you guys like Dr. Paradox. You know. What do the emoji eyes and the Twitter mean to you? I don't know. They mean I'm looking at something. Probably the same thing as what they mean for everyone. My friend. The right side? Okay. Not really sure which right side, like probably not there, because I'm not seeing anything here. So I'm going to this right side. You connected to the net, right? What do you mean? How I cannot be connected to the internet when I'm streaming? I am... Oh, here's the truck. I think we got it. I think we got it. Let me just actually get a breather. Or is it a truck? Okay, there is definitely something. Wow, okay. Somebody, the fuck? Okay, my chum, where the heck is that? Where the heck is that sweet loot that I've been promised? There's no sweet loot here. You can clip through the ground? Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow, okay, that is wild. That is actually wild. That is actually wild. My chums. There's like a plane of the terrain that shouldn't be here. Oh. Oh, wow. Damn. There's an archive conversation between Ultra Eats and Yolanda Sanchez. There's so many places like this, Machiavelli wrote. Oh, God. Archive conversation, Ultra Eats and Yolanda Sanchez. Hi, you have reached Ultra Eats. How can I help you today? Hi, I have cheeseburger with no onion and Nicola with no ice and fries with no salt. Fantastic. I'll be there with you with your order in 10 minutes. Okay, but I wrote down the extra instructions, right? So help me God if you fuck up the order again. Not to worry, I'm sure you'll be satisfied. Okay, I'm here. I hope the burger with onions won't be an issue. Okay, I think she got triggered. I think she got triggered and decided that burger with onion is actually an issue. Yes. Here we go. Pavel voice DLC next update. Oh, cool. Thanks. Sure. Poor girl. Yes, she got the onions, so then she decided to get rid of the driver, I guess. Okay, my dears. So I'm fucking sneaky. Oh, it's like a couple there. Oh, here we go. AAA voice acting. Oh, thank you. That's right. That's right. No onions. Okay, if you say so. If you say so, my dear. If you say so. Okay, let us do this. Let me actually save the game, and we are going to continue.
I know how to do it.
Stealth is recommended here. Yeah.
No, we're not waiting till next year. I'm waiting for a decision. Listen,
Magda wrote optional. Well, I mean, you know, it's
She attacked me!
Okay, my dears. I will reload. I will reload, right? But But yes, I will just reload. Why did you attack him? Yeah, exactly. Like I definitely apparently I have attacked him. Like just I was looking not respectfully. I suspect that's where the problem is.
No need to explain, sir. Yes, I fully understand. I'll take care of it personally. Affirmative.
Hey.
Okay, my dears. So fucking sneaky. What? Okay. Crab walk. Look for the cams. What the heck? Yeah, I was looking actually for the cams, but this chum just came over. The fuck? God damn it. This is such a tense moment. Damn it. Oh, wow. Look at this bananas. Look at this bananas, my chums. Anyway, this is fucking wild. Like, this place is, like, so well guarded. Okay, let's get rid of this camera first. We have one less. Then there's another one. Let's get rid of this one, too. Okay, cool. So we need to go down. Okay. Holy shit. That person on the opposite side is like literally seeing everything.
We lost contact with them a few days ago. We don't plan to...
Is the expansion gonna make this game better than Starfield? I mean, you know, we didn't play the Starfield, my friend, but the idea is that the expansion will be just as cool as it can be. That's the idea. Opium Wars in China. Not sure if I read your nick correctly, but I'm pretty sure the Starfield's going to be awesome. Yeah, I mean, exactly, and then Chowset wrote how you can compare it, Starfield isn't out yet. Exactly, like, you know, let's just wait until the game is out, and then we can, you know, see anything. You know, I'm pretty sure that there will be stuff in the game that you will be satisfied with when it comes to Starfield. Lots of stealth and tactics needed here. Okay, that's excellent. That's exactly who I am. You know, it's perfect. Okay, I think we are going to make it.
No need to explain, sir. Yes, I fully understand.
Preem got the files. Now get out before things turn ugly. Okay, I am actually Hi Pavo is Misty related. FF06B5. I mean Punky Wizard. As you can imagine, I cannot speak much about this topic. Why? Because you guys deserve to uncover everything on your own. They climb through the window. Yeah, I am aware of the window option, kind of. I just wanted to wait for this guy to be gone. Here we go, chums. Here we go. I managed to escape. Oh, remember to explore all the rooms? I cannot explore other rooms because the people are there. But I'll just finish this gig and then just come over to kill them and then explore all the rooms. That sounds like a good deal to me. What do you think, Camille? Sounds like a good deal to me. Okay, I need to get out. Stealthy Sasko, yeah, exactly. Look at this. Collect your bonus from the drop point. Hey, you know, hello, Dinah. You impressed?
I knew you'd do me proud. The client's happy. Says the Council of Coal recordings are very interesting. Thanks, V. Gig's done.
Thanks, Dino. Okay, he left this meaningful pause at the end. Okay, my dears, that means that we can actually go and explore now. Oh. Knew you wouldn't bolts this up. Client's happy, so I am. Means you can just earn yourself a fat bonus. Check the drop point at the courts. I'm flicking your way. Okay. Thank you. Time to Max Loud. Hello. Good to see you, my friend on the chat with us. Do you know Rock Alone? Max Loud asks. Of course I do. Of course I do. I watch Rock quite a bit. Actually, Rock visited us when The Witcher 3 premiered in 2015, and I was sitting next to Rock, and we were eating bread with lard. So that was cool. Yeah. Jadunio wrote just 1.6. Okay, Jadunio. I don't know what you mean, but hey, you know, I definitely heard something about 1.6. Mostly you guys writing about it. So I think that's as much as I can add. Jaduni asks, hey Pablo, I was wondering if you like the Witcher TV show from Netflix. So, I watched both seasons. Season 1, I quite enjoyed, I have to admit. Season 2, I think that there were a lot of things that, you know, if that would be up to me, I would probably go different direction, you know, with some artistic decisions. So I can tell that I enjoyed the second one a lot. But what I enjoy is the fact that Netflix is popularizing, you know, the IP. And I'm curious about the third one, you know. I'm curious about the third one. What they are actually going to do, how it's going to be looks like, you know. Okay, my dears, I think we are actually simply ready to just check those rooms that Camille was talking about. I love the fact that I can just finish those gigs stealthily and then simply wreck those dudes. Woohoo! Wow, okay, well, wreck those dudes, I mean, I definitely meant, get wrecked by these dudes, you know, okay. Anyway, that was the last death of today's stream, guys, so don't get used to it too much, you know. Don't get used to it too much. Okay, let's put my carry pants on. Pablo wrote, Pablo, Cyberpunk still needs ton of minor quality of life improvements, but I don't know if the game will be supported for so long to get them. I mean, Pablo, I think we are pretty much aware of that, and just let's see what happens. You know, Pablo. What do you think about this? You know, we didn't say that we are not working on the game. We even actually said that we are. So I think that you can trust that there's more things coming. So let's see what happens. How do you think, Pablo, about this? What do you think, Pablo, I mean about that? We have done a lot of patches for Cyberpunk so far, you know? So I don't think you have a reasons to be worried, at least at this point, you know.
You fucking got.
I don't think you have many reasons to be worried. Okay then, my dears, we are slowly actually going through this. Let's check out this lovely place. Wow, fucking this location is excessive. That's cool. That's really awesome that they can actually come over here and see all that stuff. Let me actually look into the computer and see what happens there. I have no idea what are you talking about. Oh, what do you mean, Pablo? About like everything I was talking about? I think I was kind of clear. Let me know, please. What do you mean exactly? That you have no idea what I'm talking about? I was referring to all the patches that have been done so far, right, for the game, and that's why I said like I don't think you have a reason to be worried. And I also said that you know that we are working on the things for the game, so that's why I said that I don't think you have reasons to be worried when you were referring to things that still needs to be improved. Yes, that's what I meant. I hope that it's clear now. The Jackie cinematic in the game on multiple plays have everyone start off T-posing and gliding around. Some people would call this a glitch. I call it a feature. Salmon Bide Mont. So that actually happens only on the slow hard drives, and for that, actually, in one of the patches in the past, we have added a slow HD drive mode. And if you enable that, that is actually eliminated. Like, I remember someone tweeting it, and I responded, like, explaining that. Basically, this is what it is. It's basically your hard drive is too slow to keep on loading the data that is required at that time, and simply the anim sets and the rig didn't load yet. So if your hard drive is this slow, just enable slow hard drive mode on the settings of the game, and it will be addressed. Basically, that's the way. That's the way it works. Machiavelli asks, who is your favorite character from tabletop that didn't made it into the game? I mean, you know, obviously Morgan Blackhand, Machiavelli, like, but there's probably no other answer for this question. Wanda Smurf says, I'm doing my third playthrough with Sandevistan and Zero Hacking, and it's a very different experience, loving it. Yep, exactly. This is what we were talking about before the release of the game, that if you actually put time into the game with actually trying out really completely different playstyles and ways of approaching the quests and the open world content and building your character differently, you will really have a different experience, you know? Like, I've seen this video on YouTube that was like a week ago, about like a person that made only bad choices in Cyberpunk. You can actually see it. I think there was a Reddit post about it as well, and it is quite a bit of a different experience, you know, and because the characters react to it, you know, and so on. So it was actually pretty fun watch to see, you know, and read all the comments of people like being surprised, you know, by all the reactions and so on that the bad choices give you. Stray Yards wrote, I was waiting for Cyberpunk DLC trailer today on Microsoft Conference. I'm a bit sad I didn't see it. I mean, my friend, like, as we have openly said, the, how'd you say it, campaign, the marketing campaign will start on a second part of this year. So, you know, we are still in the first part of 2022. You know, so I understand you're sad, you know, it would be cool to have something right away, but I think the decision was it's not the time yet, you know. Hello, Pavel, is it possible Cyberpunk 2077 with 60 FPS and 1080p on Xbox Series X? Valder Johan wrote, my friend, as you can imagine, I'm a guy who is primarily taking care of the narrative side of things. However, we as a studio and our rendering team and our engine team knows about the topic. They're actually very much aware of it, you know, as much as I can. That's as much as I can mention. My friend Machiavelli wrote, Takemura still T-posing in search and destroy mission. Oh, Machiavelli, could you please send it to us, because I'm not sure if I've seen that issue. I'm not really sure if I've seen that issue. if you could please send it to our customer support, I would really appreciate, because maybe there's something to be taken care of if it's still not addressed. Just wanted to say hi before the PC gaming show. Ascalad wrote, "Hello Ascalad, good to have you with us." What can you tell us about the horoscope storyteller group chart in Misty's shop, Shaft? Okay. I mean, I'm not really sure if I have anything really new or specific to ask, my friend, or add, sorry, regarding this topic. No, I don't think I can add more, like much more. You know, it's like fleshing out. It's connected to the Fool on the Hill, right? The tarot quest, in the game. Not really more that I can add really regarding this specific one. AK Ivory M, good to have you with us. Wrote, "I've been playing through the side quests with a throwing knives build. It's a lot of fun." Yep. I completely agree with you, actually. Like this build introduced in 1.5 and like new animations and stuff, and knives are so cool. Like I completely agree with you. The flying mod, car mod, is fantastic. Exit to the next level. Yeah, I've seen the recordings of it. Looks impressive, I have to say. Shows a lot of the streaming issues though in the city, but looks impressive. Ragnar wrote, "Expansion soon with this like old Pepe." Well, I mean, you know, quality requires time, you know. That's as much as I can say, Ragnar. I think some people are worried that the expansion 2023 is the only expansion Cyberpunk. I hope we'll see expansion 2 in Cyberpunk, but I have faith in CPPR a lot, Pavel. Well, I mean, what I can tell you is like we are always trying to make the decisions that are the best for the game, you know, and that's as much as I can add, my friend, at this point. Usually a game would just not run if the hardware is too weak. You are gone a step further and made a game that adapts to the abilities of the hardware. I think people don't appreciate that, Kushix wrote. Well, it's not the first time, Kushix, when people don't appreciate something that game developers did, and I'm not even talking about us, but just in general. I don't think it's the first time, my friend, so let's leave it at that. It is what it is. It's just I'm glad that you know there are some people that did appreciate it, you know. And you said it actually backfired on you. Well, I mean, Kushik's like I think what's important is like the fact that if we decide to make something, you know, for such platforms, like it needs to work well, right? And this is always important. This is always important, right? Like, and it wasn't, at least at the beginning. It wasn't really at the beginning. Clown Car 111 wrote, "Are you aware that Carrie's crimes are randomized when you scan him? None of the bugs are reported regarding Carrie has been fixed so far." Interesting. I think I'm aware of what you're saying, but I'm not aware of the fact that none of the bugs regarding Carrie have been fixed. I don't think I don't think that I agree, because like we've been fixing things around this there. Maybe there wasn't much there was many things that needed like immediate attention and other places did. That's probably what it could be, you know. One of the Smurfs, thank you so much for the sub, my friend. Let me guys go through these messages, okay? Let me guys go through these messages. Josh Kevorkin wrote to Mardina administration. "Ladies and gentlemen, seeing as my last complaint has not been yet in the results, I felt it more incumbent on me to draw your attention to the unacceptable behavior of Bartolomeo Mordellini, owner of the yacht Geisha. Mr. Mordellini has transformed his yacht into a club of a questionable reputation, in the process breaking at least 2 of the marine's rules. Article 8, noise curfew. Article 11, conducting economic activity on marina grounds. We have on our hands a particularly disruptive neighbor. Noise prevents sleep, and constant movement on the marina grounds poses a safety risk. As if that weren't enough, Mr. Mordellini guests either do not know how or do not want to behave like normal human beings. Every morning the dog is blanketed in broken glass and used condoms. I firmly demand an immediate and defensive response from the Marina's administration. Otherwise, I will be forced to take my vessel, elsewhere. Sincerely, Josh Kevorkin. Wow. Josh is like worked up, and Mordellini is having parties of his life. I love that voice. Thank you. Josh Kevorkin is the guy running the show My Business, Your Business. I have good insight. G Apollo Road. Okay. That is nice. I'm asked Mr. Pavel, do you talk with Sapphire with this voice? Not often, no. Not often. May you explain why Johnny Silverhand was inside of the relic, not someone else? Big Hoofy F567 asks. My friend, I wanted to ask you, did you play the game? Because it is explained, particularly during the Voodoo Boys storyline, when you're talking with Alt and with Voodoo Boys, during Hold That part, why it was Johnny Silverhand that was on the relic. So I hope that you have played the game, and yeah, exactly, like as one of the Smurfs wrote. Basically, Voodoo Boys wanted to find out specifically, and that was the way. And there was like actually much more. So if you are like wondering, you know, what's the explanation, I encourage you to check that quest line, because it basically is there to explain it. You know, the whole Russian nation has left the chat. Okay. I think Hogwarts looks to the most impressive upcoming RPG. Maybe Cyberpunk expansion may top it. For me when it's revealed. Siri vibes, I definitely agree. Like the Hogwarts looks absolutely insane. Like absolutely insane. Like I was just amazed. Like by the trailer and the video that was shown. Woof, that looks fucking rad. So yeah. Okay, there's complaint like twice. Okay, he sent the same email twice. Marina closure. Marina administration to clients. And this is Macy Schreifer writing. Dear members, acquiring a new security company in the marina will be closed in order to install new alarm systems, automated security turrets, etc. We apologize for any inconvenience caused and would like to stress that our change in contract is to improve your safety. Sincerely, Macy Sherrier. Well, here you go. Some background information. Okay, my chums. I think some people need to still be killed. The heck? Okay, let's explore the marina. I'm in a hostile area. Yeah. Actually, this place is pretty fucking awesome, to be honest. That's such a cool marina. Holy hell! His head literally fallen off. I had nothing to do with it. The fuck? I literally shot that gun instead of this guy.
Be on high alert. She's here somewhere.
Oh really? She's here somewhere? No shit, Sherlock. Okay. The heck? What is going on? Who's shooting at me from there? Like fucking what? If there is a turret there or something? I literally have no idea what it was. Enemy contact? Okay. Wow, the hell? Mule Space Road exclamation mark deaths. Well, I need to actually add the command that counts deaths. Sure, why not? But Camille said it's 38. God damn it. Okay. I'll shot him in the ass. Where the hell are you? Save the game. Cure. I'm not sure if somebody asked you this already, but what if Keanu didn't agree to play Johnny? Who, in your opinion, would be great actor for this role? I think either Doctor... Okay, I think something cut out there. Well, I mean, the normal thing is that if any actor really, like, rejects the role that is proposed to him or her, we normally just look for a different person. Like, I don't think we have many cases, you know, of, like, really people rejecting the roles that we propose. But, you know, like, technically, logically speaking, it can happen. So in that case, you normally have in line, like, a few other people, you know, that could be recruited. Now, I was not taking care of that topic myself. So I cannot really, my friend, tell you, you know, who would be a good replacement. Like, I don't think we had, like, a long list of people that we considered instead. Pretty much, Keanu was one of our pretty solid, I would say, solid ideas that we wanted to pursue for this character, and it worked out, you know. So we never really had to, I would say, stretch our brains to figure out who else would be a good option. Okay. I'm just exploring this marina and checking every fucking corner now. Cool. There is someone close, but for the love of God, okay. That isn't much better. This dude does not need this head, I am sure of that. This location is so gigantic. Holy hell. I was not expecting it to be this big. Oh, here you go. A bunch of environmental storytelling. Interesting devices. And a toilet. Cool. By the way, Pablo, you were asking about like the ketchup boxes and stuff. Like, actually, this bathroom is a good example of that. What I was talking in that interview that you referred to, because you can see here it's like a specific toilet designed for this like specific art style, you know, and you have like a bunch of different actual toilets, you know, with those measurements here. So that was something that our concept art was doing. No shells? Oh, yes. Well, shells are in shells are only in this place. Oh, holy hell.
I'm right here. Come on!
What is happening there? Whew. It's like so far away that I'm really not even seeing the enemy.
Focus.
Fuck. Ouch! It like hurt me. It like hurt me internally. Ketchup bottles are generic as fuck. Are they? I don't think so. I don't think so. Ketchup bottles were designed as well, Pablo. Maybe they were designed, you know, to generic, sure. But they were made specifically. Generic ketchup bottles. I mean, I'm glad we're discussing like such a vital element of game design. I mean, in a way, it is important, you know, because it's basically like the part of a storytelling, right? It's a part of a story that we are telling with the game, you know, the art of it. And we always, oh god, the another, here we go, another yoga person. No, I haven't heard anything. Okay, where are you? Where's that chum that is like, that has killed me so many times? Okay, so there is enemy above us. We've been here to the bathroom, right? Okay. Here's the staircase. Okay. Oh, hello, Kirkov Kalashnikov. Good to see you, my friend, on the chat with us. Good evening. How are you today? We're good, I think. We've been watching the Bethesda and Xbox Showcase, my friend. Revolver Salota wrote, you recently mentioned on Twitter that you have seen devs progress in the studio. Could you talk more on the topic? I mean, I'm not sure if there's much more than actually I have wrote. I mean, there's much more to go, but I cannot like, I don't want to really like share in a way personal information, you know, about people. But what I can add, like a bit more in a bit more general manner, like the oh, here's the turret about the game. About the topic is that my friend, like sometimes, you know, when you like hire someone, you know, for the team and so on, it's really not obvious, you know, how this person is going to be performing. And very often it is quite different than how we would expect, you know. And I would say it is equally often that that people are performing much better than you would expect, and that people are performing weaker than you would expect, you know. And it's always like in a way a gamble, you know, when you're like hiring a completely new talent, because like there's so many things that actually come into play when it comes to really like making sure that the you know, you have like a well-educated and trained team. Ryak 1148, hello, my friend on the chat. So the thing is that I really like the fact and you know, like this moments when you actually as a lead, you're like training someone, you know, for months, sometimes, you know, for the job, and sometimes, you know, it takes years, right? Like there are some cases when people are actually experiencing this like breakthrough of really like grasping, you know, the work and how things are only after a few years of working on the given field, you know. And it doesn't mean that they are bad, it just means that they just sometimes need a bit more time. Where is that radio? That radio is so loud. Or maybe those are speakers, actually. Oh, it's this thing. Okay. Okay, it's this thing. Oh god. I cannot turn it off. I cannot turn it off. Okay, Marina closure, Marina administration clients we have checked. That scam alert we know. This one we know as well. So nothing new, unfortunately, here for us to examine. Let me move here. We Like the Pain. Oh yeah, it's an awesome song. Snowflakes asks, are there consequences for romancing two love interests in Cyberpunk? So that's actually a really interesting topic that we've been discussing in the studio way before the release. Because like we wanted to make sure that we'll like in a way depict the characters properly. And the thing is that the relationships that you have with people in Cyberpunk, now even though we have of course tried to build them as an as a serious and deep relationships with those characters, we didn't feel that like any of those characters would really like personally get really worked up if you as a person would have been invested in like one more person than one. And that was like a very deliberate decision that we made, discussing everything, because we had the same discussion, with The Witcher 3 regarding, Triss and Yennefer, and that was a decision at that time. It was done by Nicolas Kolm. At this time, it was a decision to make sure that we have this like super cool additional, I would say, scene for the people who have actually romanced Yennefer and Triss. But that's the thing. That was something that actually matched their personalities fairly well. That was something, that matched their personalities fairly well, and we didn't feel that for Cyberpunk it would actually really work, and that any of them would really get really worked up about you being with two characters, especially considering the combinations. I would say the combinations of characters that are possible, depending on the people that are interested in you as a player. Kirkov asks, I just watched it. Oh, you mean the games and Bethesda, the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase. What do you think about it? I find one of the best presentations for this year so far. Excited for some of the announcements. Only thing that was missing was more Cyberpunk aesthetic. Wink, wink. The Kirkov, interesting question. Actually, like when we've been watching together here, like I think everyone really liked a bunch of like small indies that were shown. There was definitely Diablo IV looks really cool, pretty strong, and the new class introduction also was pretty fun, I have to say. We liked Starfield presentation. There were like voices of concern regarding like gameplay side specifically, but regarding I think everything else, we were pretty excited about this. And overall, I think the show has been pretty strong. Like there was actually so many really good games. Like I actually didn't expect this much to be shown, but again, the show was like 95 minutes, so in a way it was expected that so much would be shown, but still it was like I think much more than we thought. And there's like a huge lineup of games coming in 2022, and then huge lineup coming in 2023 already. Those two graphics that Phil has shown us during the conference. So I don't know, I'm kind of satisfied, to be honest. Like there was like actually a lot of things for everyone, some co-op games, pretty decent combination of indies, few surprises, considering our friend Kojima appearing there and speaking about the new thing that he's building with his team for the Microsoft, as he mentioned. So pretty, I would say, a good mixture of like indies and strong first party, and a lot of stuff from co-op and from indie. I don't know, quite a strong showing, I would say. Like, what did you think though, Kirkov, Kalashnikov, and actually the others? What did you guys think? Bondage. What do you mean by bondage? Oh, you mean the Cocoon? By bondage, you mean the Cocoon? Can you tell roughly what percentage of people at CPPR do not have university degree, but work in a studio anyway because they do great work even without some diploma? Revolver asked. Revolver, this is a super difficult question because I would have to know absolutely background of every person working in a team and in our teams and be able to say what percentage of that is. Like, I would say it's a visible and substantial number, but I don't really know what kind of number that is. Like, there's a bunch of people, like, looking at my team, for instance, like, there's like, when it comes to the quest team, I think 4 or 5 people don't. When it comes to cinematics, I think almost everyone does. When it comes to open world, I am not 100% sure, but I think few people don't. So it's like, it creates, like, out of my 57 people right now, because we have new person that joined us on Friday, is actually has a first official day on Monday. In my 57 people team, I would say like probably around 10 does not have the diploma. So that makes it 1/6, right? So that's like a bit less than 20%. I don't think like the diploma itself here is a key factor. Like, what is important is your maturity as a creator. Like, basically throughout the fact that when you're doing your diploma and you're actually, you know, reading books and you're like writing lots of different, you know, theses and, you know, experiencing things and talking to people, especially intelligent, educated people, it actually shifts your perspective and makes you more mature. That's why the studies are so important. So I think that's why the studying is important overall. So I think because of that, in general, you have more people who have diplomas than not, but they are not really needed for anything. You know, it's just kind of natural that if you do have diploma, because of all the further experiences that you had, you basically say, you know, have more things to offer. You know, that's what I would say. Yeah, exactly. What Pinky wrote, maybe polygamy is more common in CP77. Exactly. That was basically our line of thinking. Pinky. Kirkov Kalashnikov with Starfield, my own big concern is about the planets, 1,000 of them, all to be explored, so either there will be small areas of each of them or most of them will be quite empty. Yeah, I mean, Kirkov, I mentioned something when we were watching that this number's quite insane, so but again, we'll see, right? Like the, you know, it's a great talented team. You know, I'm really holding keeping my fingers crossed for them. Okay then, my dear, just sorry. There's so many long questions on the chat. What do you think about Microsoft showing only games coming in the next 12 months? Yeah, I was actually talking about it a bit, that it's a bit of a Nintendo approach. Recently, Sony also does not make any announcements far into future. It is supposed to be this way, or are we don't have to watch some games for the next 4 or 5 years? Revolver asked. Well, I mean, you know, that's the thing, you know, because like a lot of players is actually really getting worked up if the games are announced really early, because of the fact that they want to play those games, and in a way they're aware that they won't be hearing about those games for years, and then sometimes, you know, this is being held against those games. So people say, look at this developer, they made this game for like 4 or 5 years, this game does not look that great, you know, what happened, and so on, and people draw wrong conclusions, because in most cases those are wrong conclusions because of lack of information. And it does not really help anyone, really, you know, Revolver. So I think like what we are seeing is a global trend of really going into just announcing things that they're like kind of close to be released, and that's really it. But but again, you know, those are only my observations. I cannot speak for everyone. Like, I guess we'll see. Like, you know, this is what Nintendo does from a long time now. This is what Sony seems to be doing. This is what Xbox and Microsoft does right now. So, you know, how Pavel can make the streams non-stop for hours. I mean, I don't know. I'm just like focused on what I'm doing, and then it just flows, you know. That's the same as when I work. That's exactly the same situation. I'm curious about the game with the medieval book graphics. Oh, yeah, I know which one. The Pentfield, I think it was called. Starfield, Diablo 4 seems nice, but hope they will not go into Diablo Immortal path. I mean, honestly, I don't think so, but, you know, again, I don't know much about the game besides what we all know, so... Pascosa asks, hey Pavel, just watched the Starfield gameplay due to the power cut, wasn't able to see it live. I want to see your views on it. I mean, so we talked a bit about it, that, I mean, it looks really intriguing, like the new locations look cool, you know, the 1,000 planets rose a question about like the density of the content, if really the team is able to pull off, you know, something this huge. But again, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for them. There are also some concerns regarding, you know, the gameplay and how the actual shooting looked like. There was also, it doesn't seem that there's much progress done on the side of how the scenes are performing, you know, and so on. It's basically kind of what we have seen and what we maybe could expect from the team that did, you know, Fallout games and, you know, Elder Scrolls and so on. So, it's interesting, like, overall, I would say, we'll see, I think. Like, considering that it's coming at the 2023, as we were told, like, probably what we have seen is not really far from what the game is going to be, really. So, but I'm really curious about it, you know. Night Tilt Road, hope you're doing well. Chumba, thank you so much, my friend. Thank you so much, my friend. Okay, I think like I'd love to continue playing the game, my dears, because we went into discussing everything, and it's just time to move on. Josh Kevorkin, okay, so we have here basically those different yachts that apparently people own. Utterly Fabulous 3, Josh Kevorkin. Seal of Trust, Elena Rodriguez. Boaty, Mac Boatface Jr., from Kristen Coyle. Okay, I think people see the reference. Geisha by Bartolomeo and Oxbridge Regatta, Elizabeth W. Yamato. Sonic 2 Sweater Road. Okay, I need to leave to work. Please have a good stream and we'll see you next week. Thank you so much, Sonic, for being with us, my friend. It's a pity Microsoft announced so many games a few years ago that we can't watch them today. Hellblade 2, Avowed, Fable, Perfect Dark, Everwild. Therefore, I prefer the approach of focusing on the coming months. Well, makes sense, you know, like some of those games that were like announced that, you know, so long time ago, they were probably really on a really early stages. You know, complained we worked. Oh, Reminder. Oh, we didn't see it. So Marine Administration, Macy is writing to Bartolomeo. Dear all, we have received another complaint regarding the lounge parties taking place on your yacht, the Geisha. We demand that you cease such activity immediately. Our marina is an exclusive place for reservation and polite entertainment. We hope that further reminders won't be necessary. Best regards, Macy Schreier. Okay, Macy. Marina closure. This one we read already. Okay. Aha. A classic. A Night City classic, the Yoga. Anyway, let me actually check if there's anything interesting. I really love this advert, by the way. El Guapo, Need for Speed. El Guapo, Need for Speed. Okay, anything interesting here? Oh, I'm not sure. Oh, I've been to this bathroom. Okay. I think we have checked it. We have checked this. Yes, that's true. I think we have explored this place quite well. Do you know any Spanish, my dear? I mean, I know some Spanish. Like vasos and abrazos. And a few other things. I think there's a small room that you didn't explore yet. Oh, really? Wait, this is this. Have I been here at the top? Oh, I haven't been here, but I don't... Oh, no, I have been here, actually. I actually started from here. We've been here. We went through here. We've been here at the top already. Okay, I'm not sure. Did I check this one? I did, actually. I think I did. Okay, I haven't been here, probably. Have I been here? Yeah. I think I've been here, yes, because I checked those emails. Okay, my dears, I think we have actually, in fact, have explored everything. The whole marina. What do you think an aspiring game writer might have as a portfolio? What should he write for a test thread for a certain character, dialogues in a few sample scenes? Revolver asks. Revolver actually, like, you know, the best approach is really like try to actually provide in your application the most variety as you can. So normally the best way is to actually like provide something that is like provide us something that is a good like look through multiple of your skills. So starting from the dialogues, but also the scenes, part of a screenplay, maybe a short story, like that would be literally ideal. Because like what you need as a game writer is your skill set to write stories and construct good like storytelling like flow basically there. So that's like one part, and in your portfolio we should be seeing like some proof of that. But also the dialogue itself, as we discussed as well, is a great thing to have there. So like honestly, for a game writer, like it's always the best to have as much... Oh, this door is closed. To have as much variety actually when it comes to like different media as possible, so that we can see, you know, what you can actually... Oh, okay, wow. It's fucking body. This requires a lot of body. I don't think I have... Yeah, well, I'm 14 and it requires 14. So I don't think I will be able to open this, unfortunately. There was door. I mean, this is the closed door. This is the one. There's no other door actually, unfortunately. And this door here is closed because it's behind the skill check, and I don't have enough strength. Enough body. And I've been here already, right? Okay, my chums, I think we are going to get that reward from the drop point. From the branch. So a full published book would be a start. Yes, absolutely. The full published book is actually really one of the things that we look into. Many of our writers are actually writers that wrote like screenplays for theater, screenplays for the shows, like TV shows, and also books themselves. Books and short stories, like those are like the most, I would say, typical experiences. Of course, you know, the best is if you have an experience in writing games themselves, you know, but of course as a person who's just starting, it's usually quite difficult, you know, to have it. So the most relevant experience is like screenplays and books and short stories, things of that nature. Naval Letonen wrote, "Hello, I really love Cyberpunk. Now on my second playthrough, That's amazing. Great to hear it. The only thing I'm sad about is being a passenger in a car. I want to ask why it seems that if anyone else except of the player drives, car floats. It feels a bit weird. Good luck in the future. Neville Levodan, I mean, I do not know much about that topic. Like, that's connected with our, like, car technology and car handling technology. But I do not know much about the topic, so cannot share much more. Like, I know it's basically connected with the car handling itself and the simulation, how it's done in those two different scenarios. But again, that's as much as I know. Okay, collect rewards, my chums. Here you go. Gig the Frolics of Councilwoman Cole. Done that one. This is cool. Okay then. My dears, it seems that we are slowly getting this district cleaned up as well. This will take me like probably 5 more years, really, to finish this. And then there is a side job here. Okay, going to the gig and going to the side job after. Okay. Wow, this place is fucking crowded. I hope I can get my car though to come over. Damn, this car is awesome. Like, I really rarely see those Herreras, you know, in the city. Wow, this Herrera with this, like, pink finish. Cool. Holy shit. Dude. Dude, seriously. The fuck are you doing? I mean, seriously, like... Even people like in Warsaw drive better. Honestly. Fucking scratch my car. You're glad I was not in bad mood. Jesus Christ, that dude is like fucking unhinged. Okay? That dude is like unhinged. Crazy gong. Yeah, exactly. Look how he's driving. He's like literally, this dude is literally drunk. Like, look what the fuck is he doing? Like, this is like insanity. Like, seriously. What the hell? Anyway. Jesus Christ, those people. It's nice to see the wild drivers at Bay, makes it feel real. Sapphire Road, yeah. Actually, like, the panic driving is like one of the cooler fucking behaviors that we actually have for for our, like, pedestrians and crowd and traffic. Like, I really like it, you know. Some chums there on the corner. Okay, let's go to that gig. Damn, this game looks so beautiful. Holy shit. Whew. Oh dear lord. Okay. Dino. Okay, tell me, Dino.
Got a guy I need gone. Used to be iron for hire. Still acts like it. But the eddies are worth the risk, trust me. Need more intel, check the attachment. Waiting on your scene. Thanks.
Thanks, Dino. You need the guy to disappear? That's the right person. You have called the right person. You have called the right person. Lord Pavel is actually a driver license teacher. Okay. Pavel, you're also drunk? Okay, thanks, Sales Damos. Look how he's driving, he says, and he swears into the opposite line. Hey, I mean, you're not better. Guys. Oh, good. Alok wrote, hello Pavel, after 1,000 hours in the game, I'm learning more about the lore of Cyberpunk Red and the history of the board game. I want to ask about a spin-off of the original Cyberpunk. Mike Pondsmith wrote an add-on to the original game called Black Dog. What do you think about this? Will the story be written in? Maybe it will be in the next DLC. Alok, I am unfortunately not familiar with the Black Dog, my friend. I'm unfortunately not familiar with the Black Dog. So I know that in our team, Patrick Mills is very much familiar with that. We actually even had conversations about it internally, but that's as far as my knowledge reaches, and that's probably something I definitely need to check it out. Let's check it. Neutralize Jack Mauser. Okay, chums. Let's check the Jack Mauser. 7th Hell Club, corner of Corporation Street and Ring Road West. Oh, cut to the chase. Jack Mauser, NC's Gonkest Merc. I didn't know that the Gonk and Gonkest are the actual adjectives, but here you go. Did a recent job for me and went too far. Way too fucking far. He was supposed to collapse some shards from a Zedaric transport, quiet-like. Except it wasn't fucking quiet. The Psycho offered every single guard, beheaded the driver, and blew up the truck. Corpse foaming at the mouth, searching high and low for the prick. But I will be damned if I go down cause of him. I need you to toss his head at their feet. Maybe then they will let this go. Mauser owns a city club downtown called the 7 Hell. God tells me he will hold up there till the smoke's cleared. I need you to get inside the club and make this psycho ass down. Probably in down low. Understood? Good. Let me know when it's done. Fucking hell. Okay, bro. Let's go. I recommend to do it one day. Hush hush, distract the guard lady, talk to the chum, everybody's happy, Glassolalia wrote. I mean, I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest, because they asked me to kill him, so, you know, I'm quite, I'm quite interested at this point. Damn, look at this fucking logo. Like, seriously, this place has so much stuff that I literally, like, I've never seen some of those things. Actually, in 7 Hell, I was the one who implemented the dancing, because I implemented all the, I think, 7 dance floors we have in the game. So if you come to 7 Hell, like, before and after this gig, you can actually dance. The same actually goes for other clubs, like Empathy and so on. American Domination, hello, nice to see you, my friend. Oh, don't kill him, convince the guy, Dinah will toss you the bonus for it. Damn, you guys are like giving me some OP advice. Did you read, watch, play a lot of other Cyberpunk works in preparation for developing this game? Absolutely, my friend. We actually, like, I was actually speaking about it on some previous streams, that we actually internally created like a library of like things that we would want our devs to read or watch or listen to, and there was actually lots of these kind of things. So we have actually spent quite some time, you know, like watching and reading and so on. There were like some books, you know, obviously like lots of, you know, core pen and paper Cyberpunk books, but also like Hardwired, you know, the books that we really had to read, you know, or like the shows that we really had to see to really make sure that everyone in the team has a good grasp on Cyberpunk, and especially like writers, quest designers had to like really read and see much and watch much more. In our library there was like so much stuff. Like I watched, I think, majority of it or all of it. I even read like mangas like Eden, for instance, that is like fucking awesome actually. You know, from like things that are like maybe a bit rare. Do you guys know The Wind-Up Girl by Balenciaga? I think that's the name of the author. Absolutely awesome Cyberpunk piece of work. Fucking love that. And I really didn't hear about Balenciaga's Wind-Up Girl before I was preparing for Cyberpunk game. Balenciaga, I wear that. It's with double L. Kirkov Kalashnikov. Is the dancing clubs inspired by Vampire Masquerade, Vampire Bloodlines? I'm actually not sure. Coloring could be. Like, I think the seventh Hell definitely has this Bloodlines vibe to it. Hello, bro. How's life, Mr. Bramhauser? Hope everything's okay.
Whoa! Think fleas like you just get in for free?
Got any VIP rooms?
You got VIP rooms here? You know, for private shindigs?
Reserved for the boss and co.
Think you could use a little more company? Hmm?
Don't try to play me.
V is so cool here.
Or your ass is walking.
Okay. That's like Animals Giga Chad. Yeah, that's like Animals Giga Chad.
Come on, chop chop.
Thanks. Thanks, bro. Okay. What we can do? So here's the entrance. Is there a way? Ooh. Is there a way to get in? I think people get fucking scared of this terrible elevator. Clearly. But this dude is like completely chill. He's like, oh, fuck this shit, you know. They can run. Cameron's like, fuck this shit, you know. You can just do illegal stuff, I don't care. You open the forbidden door. Wrath of Kile wrote, yep, I mean, it looks like this was fucking like door to, you know, to the upside down. 7 Hell Street, keycard required, okay. Cool, let's go to 7 Hell. Ha! Look at me! So clever, I just saved 500... I just, found the entrance. Wasn't like super difficult. Fucking hell, is he seeing me? Sorry, Chum. I didn't want to kill you, but... Oh god. I think someone heard me. Holy shit. Let's pick up the body. Pavel kills innocent workers. He didn't look that innocent to me. Okay. Let's just drop him here. Okay, dude, you look like everything's fine, to be honest. Okay. You know, you guys taught me so much of the stealth that I just cannot help myself but like stealth now through every fucking encounter, you know? Don't open doors, it's spooky. Okay. Cameron the man. Cameron is the real Giga Chad, yeah, exactly. Fucking looked like he's destroyed by drugs and brain-ants, but yeah. All you have to do is open the elevator to scare them. Yeah, exactly. These two can kill. 500 Eulodorels is too much. Oh, Gloslalia wrote. Okay, you know, Gloslalia is like a bit. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sorry, I don't know your gender, but I guess like a businessman, businesswoman, business person. You know, just figuring out how to do stuff. Pavel, what has surprised you recently when it comes to the reaction of players and fans of Cyberpunk, Edgerunners, or The Witchers? What has surprised you recently when it comes to the reaction of players and fans to Cyberpunk, Edgerunners, or The Witcher? Sorry, Pablo, I'm not sure if I'm following. Like, was there? So basically, the question is if recently there was a surprising reactions from the fans on anything that on any of the IPs, basically. Well, I mean, I was really happy, to be honest, for the reaction of Edgerunners. Like, I really hope you guys are hyped for it. I hope, because I have access to it, and I cannot say more, but I watched it. Not the whole thing, because when I started watching so good that I actually thought, okay, I want to watch with Sapphire, so I stopped watching. but aside of like knowing the other things that I had to know, but I'm really curious what you guys will see. I'm really curious. You know, what you guys will say about this. I know that people who are involved like really fucking did put their hearts into it, really to make it great for you. And I don't know. I'm quite hyped, to be honest, about it. So I'm quite hyped, to be honest, about it, my dears. I know a weeb who can't wait for Edrunners, me. Cogito Road, yeah. Machiavelli wrote, bike combat, car chase in the anime looks amazing. Shame game itself doesn't have those. Yeah, I agree, Machiavelli. Gil Games. How did the teams choose the songs to homage in some mission names? Oh, that's actually a really interesting topic, my friend. So what we've been doing in the game, we have, when working actually on the game, we have prepared like a spreadsheet, you can call it, like a database, basically with different quests and songs sort of related to it. And we prepared like a bunch, you know, with like a longer list of it. And you know, especially people like Patrick Mills and Philip Weber, they've been working on a topic, you know, to make sure that we are actually really well referencing the you know, the music. And the key was actually, it was actually really interesting. It's a bit of a behind the scenes story, because we've been thinking, you know, how to, okay, there's like so many, because I'm telling you guys, so many behind the scenes stories and never redeeming points. Machiavelli from an hour ago, behind the scenes story for you, my friend. So when we actually have been checking, you know, and thinking about the key, you know, how we want to name the quests, we thought about the idea of actually making it the way that journal and player's journal is actually written by Johnny. And look at this, right? If I go here, like, you know, those are gigs. So those are things that, that the fixers are sending me, like Dino here, you can see here. Here you have Dino the Chad. But you know, there are others here as well. But you can see here that if you go into the quest, not gigs. So let's go to the quests. You know, you can see that those are actually written by Johnny itself. And we thought about, you know, there would be cool angle if like the journal itself, so what is written down, is actually done by Johnny, and it has this like really clear, I would say, vibe to it. So talking about a revolution, right? That's the quest that Judy gave us when she called us, right? There's no such thing as a free lunch, V. If someone invites you to a showdown, someone's gonna pay. Who knows, maybe the bad guys will saddle up, answer for all the bad shit they've done. But you know what I think? I think you're the one who's paying, and that checks well on its way. And you can see that it has this like clear vibe of like Johnny actually, you know, narrating that. So we thought, okay, it would be cool to have Johnny do that. But, you know, the prologue, for instance, doesn't do it. When you look at the prologue is not written by Johnny. And it has completely different vibe, right? Like we talked about it actually in the past. I hope you remember. And here, you know, knowing that we will go into the descriptions, you know, from Johnny, we thought, okay, what kind of music Johnny would want to listen to? What actually fits to his taste, you know, as a character? So what Johnny as a character would love to listen to as songs in his world, you know, if you would know them. So therefore, that would be the title of the quest. So what we actually picked is like a songs that Johnny would listen to, or at least would know about, and in the same time would fit nicely to the content of the quest and sort of match the, you know, of the design, the idea behind like what Johnny's writing. That was basically our angle we have picked here when designing those. So that's basically the answer, you know. I know that this is a bit excessive and long, but Kirkov wrote, "Wow, I did not know you can do that thing. It's like the character info in Witcher 3, but better integrated." Yeah, exactly, Kirkov. We have integrated that in 1.5 mostly, and I think maybe even in 1.3, if I remember correctly. Sorry, I think it might have been 1.3 actually already when we have integrated, because we had codex in the game, but like nobody really ever found it. So we thought, okay, what if we'll do if we'll actually integrate it nicely with the objectives and with the quests? So when you go through the quests, gigs, and so on in the game, you can actually have them linked there nicely if you want to read more about them. Oh, Science Fiction Person 101 asks, what's your reaction to Witcher 3 and Cyberpunk being on the Steam bestseller list? Yeah, I've seen it actually. My dear Sapphire has sent me the link to it like today. And I mean, I'm really, really grateful, you know? I know that those games are there because like we are right now on sale. So like Witcher is like on a huge sale. I think it's like 80% off or something. So of course, you know, game is like almost for free. Cyberpunk is also on a big of a sale. I think it's like $30 or euro at this point. So $29.99, which I think for a game this huge with this amount of content is a really great price and pretty low. So that of course, you know, impacts the players and their decisions to buy the game. But I'm honestly incredibly thankful for the players buying it and playing, you know. It feels awesome because like the game came out like a year and a half ago almost at this point, right? Like we have June 12th today, and since November 9th 2020 that's been already a year and a half. So I'm really thankful that, you know, if anyone wants to really buy the game and play it. I'm you know, it's really amazing. You know, when I saw it, I actually instantly sent that picture to my team and told them like, hey guys, just take a look, you know, people are playing our game, they want to play it, you know. It's, you know, it's nice, I guess, you know, I hope at least. Teach Me Roughly, nice to have you with us. So Teach Me Roughly wrote, Johnny's taste in music are lit. It really sticks with the impression. It lingers with the regarding the character during the whole game. Exactly. Teach Me Roughly. That was literally our idea. I wanted to make sure it actually fixed his personality well. Invoice. Roger writes to Jack Mauser, let me check out that thing. You guys are having fun in the chat. I'm glad, I guess. Dear sirs, once again I'm requesting payment for invoice 7701203 4-time wireless boom boom speakers, DJ said Wraith 3000X. The final deadline for payment of the above items is the last day of the current month. If no payment is received, you will be forced to put your debt in the hands of an armed collector through the Extract Exact program. Respectfully, Roger McMahon, Sound Pound ENC, Customer Service. Interesting. Lazaroth wrote, hi mate, as V I really want to take revenge on Dax by myself. Make decision to spare him or not. What was your thought process of the subject and story? Well, Lazaroth, like, one important thing was that we really wanted to introduce another important character on the stage who's Takemura. And at that time, we wanted to give him a really strong opening scene, in a way. That was one thing. Second thing is, it made complete sense from the perspective of Arasaka to really completely clear up everyone who had anything to do with that break-in into the Konpeki Plaza. So that was one of the ways. Another thing was that, you know, Takemura had to make sure that there's no ties and nobody is going to follow him, you know, so he was in a way kind of taking the trash out, you know. And we, in the same time, we thought it will be like great satisfaction for the player to see it. So because of all those factors, we thought, okay, in this case, we'll let you know, Takemura to take care of it, rather than giving the player the option to do it. But there was like a lot of discussions, you know, how it should be done, because like when you're like building the narrative this rich, you always try to like look at all the sides of the coin, right? Like pretty much every solution has some pluses and minuses, you know, some pros and cons. So we're always trying to weight them. And in this case, you know, a solid, strong introduction of Takemura, you know, logic of the story. So like cutting out all the ties have been the most important to us. Also, like, Dex had to die. He had to die because, like, in a way, he was a link that Arasaka could use to get to V through the main story. So we had to make sure that Dex dies. So basically, we have used his death as a really awesome, like, really strong scene for Takemura. Okay. Let me actually move on. Pinky Julian wrote, would you guys ever do the official playlist of all the quest names? Pinky, so this is actually a really cool question. We had actually our acting campaign director now, Philip Weber. Philip actually went in and together with Patrick, they made such a playlist on Spotify. It's of course not official playlist, but it's a playlist made by the two of our designers who basically put all of the Cyberpunk quest-style songs on one playlist. And long time ago, I think Philip and Patrick shared it on their Twitter. So you can take a look there. It's Philip Weber and Patrick Mills. It was like, like a year ago at this point. But such playlist exists. Such playlist exists, where you can listen to all of those songs. Guys, let me actually move on because like we have 15 minutes left today during the stream, as I mentioned, because like we are finishing 1 hour earlier because we have started 1 hour earlier, and I really wanted to read those messages and continue playing a bit more, you know, so that we will actually see a bit more game right now. Jack Mauser to employees. I'm sure you already know that the club has a new owner, specifically me. So what do you need to know? I've got high expectations and zero patience for those that don't follow through. Either give your all, or you can fuck right off. Understood? There have to be some changes so this club can start making bank. For starters, sick leave ends now. You feel shitty? Your problem, not mine. Smoke breaks are out. Want to smoke? Do it at home. No private calls during working hours. Lunchtime is between 12 and 12:30 p.m. Need more time? Then stop eating so much. Tips go into the communal pot. I decide who gets how much. Got any questions, doubts, suggestions? Great. Stuff them up yours. Jack. Oh, hello, Stealth Spell. Great to have you with us. Stealth Spell, did you watch the Xbox and Bethesda show? Actually, we've been watching it together today on the stream, you know. There was some Starfield shown that looks quite interesting, quite cool, you know. With like ship customization and like flying in space and some and some space battles as well. And Diablo IV looks awesome. A lot of awesome indies. Sebastian Ibarra to Jack Mauser. Seek and you shall find, they say. Sometimes when you aren't even looking, the work finds you. There's this guy, Gustavo Orta, runs with the Tinos. I've got a client who wants him gone. Can you help? Padre. Sorry, Padrino baby, I'll pass this time. I'm not looking to stab on any Valentino toes. Jack. So, my dears, you probably remember the gig that we did with Gustavo Orta, right? Like you can see, those stories are all connected, which I think is actually pretty cool. Solid Padre voice. Oh, thank you, Padrino baby. Solid Padre voice. Thank you. Stealth Spell wrote, okay, I got here too late. Ah, it's okay. That's okay, Stealth Spell, you know. You can be here on time next time, you know. Anyway, always really happy to have you with us, you know?
Sweet Jesus. You hear that? You hear what they're playing?
Each to their own, Johnny.
That's what peeps with bad taste always say. Don't know what he did to deserve what's coming, but his music taste is reason enough to try.
Okay, Johnny. I'm glad you have decided to pay a visit. Okay. Party is kind of dying. Party's kind of dying, my friends. I have to tell you.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, bartender. Music in here is terrible.
Music in here is god awful.
Yeah, I like it. Beat keeps me awake.
Wanna talk to your manager?
Wanna have a word with your boss? Man?
Oh, you're out of luck. He doesn't really like to talk.
I don't care if he likes to talk. I asked you if he was here.
Sure, he's upstairs in the VIP room. Just don't expect a friendly welcome.
Uh-huh. Look at that, my chums. What's on the menu?
See for yourself.
Okay, some booze. Anything interesting? Fucking like all those brands are so rad. Jotiel's Oki Hooch. I remember when we were designing all those brands, you know, logotypes and like looking for ideas for those and so on. I actually really enjoyed that bit. Okay, my dears, so it's time to oh, I cannot hack this? Damn it. Can I sniff around? Okay, so we checked that and we checked the invoice. So we know the situation, my dears. When does the next Askrax track drop? Scenes wrote, while I'm watching PC Gaming Show and they just announced Cyberpunk Unreal 5 remake. Cool, cool, my friend. I never heard of that. So yeah, you know, I'm curious, you know, what you had before watching the show. Okay, so he said he's up there on a VIP area. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, okay. So I just actually pretty much left and the guy was fine with that, which is okay.
Long time no see.
Yeah, you know how it goes.
Okay. Fucking masters of small talk.
Going. VIP areas for VIPs.
Oh, look at that. Okay, I know the boss. Let's go. Let's go. Balls to the wall, like as they say.
No, the boss, we're tight.
Boss
We're
knows
tight.
a lot of peeps. Sure as shit ain't tight with a single one.
Yeah,
But boss said to let nobody in. Want some alone time. So cut the act.
Oh, this scene is giving me flashbacks. Oh, it's giving you flashbacks because you worked in it, stealth spell? Did it? Did you? Did you? Briefly, yes. Okay. Hack the vending machine. Yeah. I realized that that's the design. I'm just looking around what else I can actually check out here. If there's anything interesting. Okay, we came from there. We checked that. Whew. Interesting people. Dancing there. Cool. Well, this person definitely had too much of a white powder. Okay. She gave me the look. Nicola. Target under effect of quick hack. Right. That is... The fuck? It's just like some other dude came over. I'm glad, I guess. Damn it. Jesus, it's the same dude again. Okay. I've sent the same guy back there, you know. I've literally said the next. Cripple movement, I like that. Okay. I feel that that guy is the target. Yep, clearly. I don't know. What else we can do here? Could you please be nice and move away from... Pink Julian asks, how come we saw some woman Maelstrom in Edge Runners, but the main gang, but there isn't many during the meeting with Royce? Was that a storytelling choice? Yes, mostly it was. When you place, my friend, look and play, and for instance, get to the Maelstrom, place in the, that's a lot of shit. Go to the Maelstrom Totentans, you actually see a lot of like Maelstrom female gangers. So yes, that was basically a choice at the time. Okay, holy hell. Distract enemies.
Let's
yes.
See what's crawling around here.
I am so sneaky, my chums.
Huh?
What the? Okay. Who the fuck are you? How'd you get in here?
Quiet down, or I'll have to cut our convo short.
Oh, I get it. Got a bounty on my head, have I? Who hired you? Militech? Asukaga? Or was it that wanker, Dino?
Oh, the wanker. That was the wanker, actually. Simmer down, let's talk.
Myself when I yanked that
Sit down, Jack. I'm extending a fucking courtesy here. The fact that you're still alive means I'm open to parley.
Parlez-vous, go fuck yourself. Chit-chats for assholes. So let's get it over and done with. You versus me. Come on.
Say you win.
Yeah, that Jack is like worked up.
You think your problem?
He's like so into
thin air. You crawled under a lot of people's skin. Said so yourself. Militech, Asukaga, Dino. They won't stop till your head falls at their feet.
So what? I'm supposed to blow my fucking brains out?
I'm so proud of Pavel. Oh, that I managed to get in. I mean, thank you. Leave Night City, good idea. I'll save some bullets. Leave Night City.
No. All you have to do is leave Night City. I'll tell him you took lead between the eyes and none will be the wiser. You can start over. A brand new life.
Yeah? Start with what? Everything I got's here. My club, staff, my girls?
And everyone who wants you dead. This isn't a multiple fucking choice. You're living on borrowed time.
Shit. Motherfucking bleeding cunt asshole.
Was that a yes or a no?
Damn it.
Just piss off and tell him the job's done.
Avoid entering combat when in the club. Okay. Okay, this I can do, I mean, partially at least. Let me just loot all that sweet purple thing. Ah. Okay. My chums, I think that is, I think we have managed to infiltrate the place. Time to leave the club, though. Yep. Nobody has seen me. So sneaky. Where the hell is the door? That's not the case. I think the door is here. Dino, tell me how proud you are.
Persuaded, Master? Fucking hell, if I
Yes.
knew you could wag your tongue like that, I could have made you NC's richest drink slinger.
Mm.
Wasting your talents on the street instead of behind a bar.
Oh, thank you.
But cool. Master's gone, so's the problem. You get your eddies, I close the gig. All good? All good.
Thank you, my friend. I think like now it's the time to destroy all of them. I threw a little extra from the nearest point. Professionalism deserves no reward. Okay, that's cool. Thank you, Glassalalia, for the hint. So, my dears, it is actually it is actually already 10:30, so we'll be wrapping up the stream because, as I mentioned, we have started a week earlier. So we will be going now to the. We'll be finishing it up this time, my dears. It was great to play with you. I had quite a bit of fun, I have to admit. Yes, Stealthspill said no. Yeah, because Stealthspill, we started like an hour earlier because of the, because of the showcase and watched it all together. So I've been already streaming 3.5 hours. So I am slowly wrapping this up. I think I am going to play something cool at the end. Let me actually check what we could play. I think this one is a proper one to maybe have for the ending. Yes. Serves me right for not being on Twitter, Stealthspill. I mean, Twitter's useful for like sharing news and stuff, so hey, thank you for amazing stream. It was cool, really cool evening. Pinky wrote, would love to do more longer and diverse streams like this one. Thank you, Pinky. I'm doing my best. I still need to work and do lots of different things. But I'm really doing my best. Yes, that's the Atlantis, exactly. Machiavelli. That's Atlantis playing. Kirkovload, thank you for the stream. Have a great week. See you next time. Exactly. See you next time. So, my dears, actually, I wanted to mention something. So, in 2 days, it's my birthday coming, and I will be traveling to my dear Sapphire for the weekend to meet with her, and because of like that, to just spend time together and so on, and maybe we'll just do something fun for the birthday. Yeah, I got older, unfortunately. That happens to the best of us. It is what it is, my dears. It's still in 2 days, but thank you for the whole happy birthdays. You guys are the best. So yeah, 37 years old exactly. Like the death is near, Camille. It's pretty much, it's much closer. It's much closer than I would want. Anyway, Boruta Road najlepszego. Thank you so much, Boruta. You're the best. So you're a Gemini or Gemini? Yes, I am. Exit to the next level. Older and wiser, Pavel. Stealthspill Road. I mean, so I do agree with the principle, but I'm not really sure if that's really the case. That it's like older the wiser. But hey, men are like wine, Pavel. 47. Them. I'm 30. 37. 37, not 40. Thank God. Anyway. The male is 27. Anyway, my dears, so I wanted to mention that we won't see each other because of that next week. We will see each other in 2 weeks because I will be simply traveling because of my birthday and seeing my dear Sapphire. But as always, I will be thinking about you very dearly. That being said, not 147, Jesus Christ, 137 stealth spell, but thank you, louder. Yes, so Pavel is Saburo confirmed, cool, God. So many trolls. My dears, it was awesome to actually watch the Xbox and Bethesda Showcase and then play Cyberpunk together with you. I hope we can actually do it a bit more often, you know, like this, when there will be more shows coming in, because why not? You know, when those events are actually happening during my workday, it's kind of not possible, as you can imagine, for me to stream. But when it's on the weekend and stuff, I can definitely do it. Now, I wanted to say thank you to our amazing Reds and moderators that have been here, and starting for my dear Sapphire and our dear Cogito. Thank you so much for modding for us. I wanted to mention also Ayano, our DUI producer. Thank you so much, Ayano, and all the other Reds, Chivok, our customer support engineer, Stealth Spell, our amazing quest designer, Connor, who was here, our destruction artist. There was also Ezekiel, our audio designer, that I've seen at least on the chat. Thank you so much to others like Kirkov, Kalashnikov, Kazliski for being here, and to all my dear all my dear regulars for being here on the stream. Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see each other in 2 weeks from now. I'm leaving you with some more amazing music for the end, because why not? At this time around, something for the fans of Oda, of course, because this is Cyber Ninja. Have a fantastic time, my dears, and I see you in 2 weeks. Goodbye.